Uh, we are live. So whenever you're ready, Captain.
Captain's log, stardate 48365.0. Captain David Perone reporting. After rescuing the Cardassians from the Maquis attack, many of them have several plasma burns that are being treated in sickbay, including the Cardassian captain, Gul Amak. The Navajo has been informed by Starfleet Command that the search for the USS Voyager and the Equinox have been terminated effective immediately and declared missing in action. The Navajo has been ordered to exit the Badlands and head to Deep Space Nine to transfer the injured Cardassians unless other arrangements are made. End log.
All right. Going to start, I believe, on the bridge of the Navajo. Which I probably need to drop some tokens in real quick.
Quick, everyone starts swearing.
Right. Move that timer forwards.
You guys are currently have exited the Badlands and are essentially sort of getting ready to make a long round trip around the Badlands towards Deep Space Nine.
Okay. What's the estimated travel time?
Currently, you're looking at about 4 or 5 days, depending on space weather.
Right. Yeah. Copy that. Let's see. How many Cardassians do we have in sickbay?
In sickbay, there's only a handful, but you've rescued a round total of 34 out of the 200 some odd crew members.
And the rest of them are split between primary cargo hold and sickbay, right?
Yeah, just because of the medical staff. A lot of dead Cardassians and what happened in that incident. So,
Do we have corpses or just survivors?
I'll say you took the time and collected the dead.
Sure.
For out of respect for that crew.
Right. That's the diplomatic thing to do, I'm sure, yeah.
But their ship was pretty much a wreck heap, so.
Gotcha, okay. And any complaints from the Cardassians so far? Are they behaving well, or?
Well, considering many of them suffered severe plasma burns, most of them are pretty much in a either coma state or, sleeping.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
What about the Gul and his command staff?
He is currently in sickbay if you wish to speak with him.
And is he the only surviving member of the bridge crew, or?
I'm sure there are others. I just don't have names.
Oh, copy. That's fine. You're good.
My mind blanked. What was our estimated travel time?
4 days.
4 to 5 days.
Yeah.
Plenty of time for nothing to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, if we're just coming out of the Badlands, then Prone will direct his voice towards the helm. Mr. Vogel, plus, of course, around the Badlands and towards Deep Space Nine. Standard cruising speed. Engage when you've got the course laid in.
Aye, sir.
I'll make sure to monitor the wounded Cardassians. Just keep an eye on them. Make sure none of them get any fancy ideas.
Commander Caval, any word from the quartermaster on needs they've got down there? We've got enough bedding and whatnot for our guests.
We're obviously a bit taxed with the influx of them, but it seems that so far medical is faring well. I'm sure that once we get to DS9, we will need to reacquire some good transfers from the station, but it's only a couple of days travel to DS9, so in the meantime, we should be all right. But I'll go personally check with medical and make sure that there's nothing we can do to assist them further.
That sounds good. I'll probably go down there to check in on their captain after a while. I'm thinking it might be neighborly of us to host a meal for Golmek and his command staff and the captain's mess when the doctor releases them.
That is very diplomatic of you, I would agree, Captain.
Would you be requiring dessert for that dinner, sir?
Perhaps. I don't know if Cardassians like apple pie, but I hear our engineer makes a pretty good one.
It does not necessarily need to be apple pie, Captain. It can be any dessert that you wish. But if apple pie is something that you are interested in, I could arrange that.
Well, I did miss your pie while I was sick. The worst part of being sick.
I was able to enter the recipe into the food replicator, sir. All you simply have to do is ask for Solok's apple pie, and it will be created for you.
But is a replicated version going to be made with the same amount of love and care that you put it into it? Or?
Love and care is not something that I would put into an apple pie, Commander. If you are suggesting that the pie would not be as good or as tasty as one that I could create, I could understand that taste would be changed, but effectively it is the same thing.
Now that might make an interesting team building exercise or game. We could get Commander Solak to make a couple of pies. We'll replicate a couple and see who can tell the difference.
Taste is always subjective, Captain.
Yeah, that's true, but when you make pies or any food, is it as every rendition of it exactly the same, or do you vary your process as you go?
I strive to make each dish better than the last one that I make, making slight refinements here or there, but essentially it is the same.
Interesting.
My next attempt was going to be Aurelian stork pie, but I think I'm going to hold off on that until later on.
I wonder if the computer has any culinary databases for Cardassians' cuisines.
We do have knowledge of Cardassian cuisine, sir. It is possible to replicate some of their dishes. We get the information from Deep Space Nine.
That's probably a good idea. We'll try to avoid having a stock of Kanara on board, though.
Quite logical, Captain.
I don't know about anyone else, but to me it tastes like you combined rum and molasses. Oh.
My race was spared the dubious effects of alcohol.
I'm not sure if that's a feature or a bug, Commander.
Right, I was going to say, it's like good or bad?
I think for us Vulcans it has been quite beneficiary.
Well, to each his own.
We can sustain warp 5 at a cruising speed if you wish, Captain. We could increase to warp 6 if you wish to save time to get to Deep Space Nine.
I don't know that we're in any necessarily in any hurry.
That would obviously depend on any information given to us by the Gull. The Maquis are still out there, as is the former Starfleet officer, whose name I'm forgetting off the top of my head. Was it Jack Tolan? Is that it?
Yeah,
Jarek Tolan.
Yeah.
Jarek.
As is the renegade former Starfleet officer Jarek Tolan.
Well, it would be nice if we got orders to investigate and track him down, but we're at the mercy of Starfleet when it comes to orders.
True, but if we were to give Starfleet new information, our orders may change.
Possible.
Captain, we're receiving a emergency transmission. Distress call from the Sonia cruise. They appear to be under attack by Cardassian vessels.
Salonia Cruise, is that what you said?
Solona cruise. I'm butchering the name.
Put the distress call on the screen. We'll start plotting us an intercept course.
Aye, sir. Just in course.
Is that a person's name or a ship name?
Ship name.
Can we look into our database and see if anything pings on the ship? Is it a Federation transport vessel, or what do we got going on here?
I'll give it to you because it's registered in the database, so like it's a D0 task. The Sonia Cruise is a Federation merchant vessel, so it's mainly it's a trading vessel. Also does work for the Federation, Federation pays them to deliver supplies somewhere at times. I should say merchant marine vessel.
Gotcha.
Very curious that the Cardassians are attacking a Federation merchant vessel. It's a Federation vessel, right, Gian?
It is registered as a Federation vessel.
Quite interesting and curious that the Cardassians are attacking a Federation merchant vessel that could be constituted as an act of war.
Possibly, but let's see what the Sonia Cruise has to say.
Sir, I'm unable to hail. It appears to be some electronic jamming going on.
Do we have a location for them?
Yes, sir. I've patched it over to Khan.
What's the estimated time of arrival to intercept?
Checking. About 6 hours.
We could increase speed to warp 6 to decrease that, Captain.
Thank you.
That is that speed, sir.
You read my mind, Mr. Vogel. All right, let me know when we get within law range for sensors on that ship, and let's bring us to alert when we get within that range as well.
Let's inform Starfleet that we're altering our course.
Captain, is the Cardassian government aware that we have rescued members of their stricken ship and that we are bringing them to Deep Space Nine?
The captain turns around to Commander Sulek. Did you let them know? Commander Sulek.
That's a question, GM. Did I let them know?
I believe the captain had it in his log that they have been ordered to DS9 to hand off.
Yeah, to hand them over. Okay,
yes,
so they've
been notified.
So, all right. then it is curious that why the Cardassians would attack a Federation ship when they know that we have rescued 34 of their own.
Well, I think we're making assumptions that that's sanctioned action on behalf of the Cardassians. Could be the Cardassian version of the Maquis, for all we know.
Cardassians are not known for rash action or for rebellious nature. They are a strict society. If a vessel like a Cardassian warship attacked another vessel, logically we can assume that they were ordered to by High Command or the Obsidian Order.
Perhaps. But in every population, there are outliers. It's problematic to make assumptions without more information.
I agree with this, sir.
Captain, perhaps you should go speak with the Gull. If there were Cardassians operating in the sector, perhaps he could be helpful in gleaning insight on the other vessels that may have been in the region.
That's a fair idea. It is a sanctioned job by the government. Now, we'll see what the Gull's willing to tell us.
All right, we'll cut back to sickbay in a moment, but we're going to go elsewhere in the galaxy.
To the planet Dog.
Yeah, apparently. Sorry. Apparently the neighbor's dogs and my dogs are having a fight.
Challenging each other.
It's like, you stay on your light. You stay on your light. Yeah. Gull Keyset, you're on your bridge of the luxurious. Did I name that cruiser? Rayak. When one of your subordinates walks in, go. We have received a message from one of our cruisers. They have located the Sonia Cruz and have captured her. Unfortunately, she let out a distress signal. Long-range sensors report a Federation starship is on an intercept course.
Time to intercept.
They have 6 hours.
And how quickly can we be there?
Roughly around the same time.
See to it.
Yes, sir.
What ship?
Registry has it as the USS Navajo, Federation Nebula class.
Nebula class. Thought they retired all those. Very well. Alert High Command.
Understood, sir.
Proceed with haste.
Helm, you've heard the goal. Maximum warp. Yes. And your ship engages in warp towards the Sonia Cruz. Is there anything the Gull wishes to do?
Check my files on the Navajo. I know anything other than their Nebula class?
They recently had a change in their command structure. There's nothing there no other than the former captain retired. And they received a new crew complement 3 months ago.
Retirement. What a concept. Which cruiser has intercepted the Sonia Cruz?
I did not name this as the GM, just FYI. We'll go with Sonak.
Sonak. Can I hail them?
We should be within communication range.
All right. Get them on the line.
If you must pass by in the, I guess it's what would be Glen. Wouldn't be a goal. It'd be another lower rank.
Like it.
Like it.
Um,
Random name generator.
It's a great tool. It's so good.
I mean, you haven't programmed one of those in yet for a hot macro?
No. This is Leggett Burr. How may I help you?
Like at Burr, what's the status of your intercept with the Sonia Cruz?
We have jammed all their communications. Unfortunately, they let out an emergency transmission. It appears a Federation starship intercepted it and is now heading towards our position.
As am I, Leggett. Remember, we need that crew alive.
Yes, sir. We should have her in our tractor beam shortly, and we'll await your arrival. We'll secure the ship until then.
Very good, Leggett. Peace out.
And the channel closes.
Wasn't looking forward to tangling with the feds today.
It is unfortunate. Then again, many of the Maquis are former Starfleet after all.
It's interesting that they have such spine available to them and that they so seldom use it.
They're not known for, well, efficiency.
I suspect it will be their undoing.
Indeed.
Very well. Carry on. Report when we're close.
Yes, sir. And with that, I think we'll transition back over to the Navajo sick bay. It was just the captain.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave. Well, yeah, the captain's gonna go
Yeah,
down.
that's fine. I'll hold the
leave the
bridge.
XO in charge of the bridge,
Yep.
and we'll leave
Did
instructions.
Rye go as well? Didn't she rescue the gull?
She did.
Yeah.
She was in charge of the away team.
If you want me there, Captain, I'll go.
Rye is
Yeah.
what, my science officer?
Yes, sir.
I care off the top of my head. I can't think of a reason why I would need a science officer down there.
Well, I think she just led the away team to rescue him, so maybe he might respect that or something.
Your call. I don't have to be. It's up to you.
I think the captain's going to go talk to him. Let's go down there by himself.
Take some security with you, just in case.
I imagine we're following proper protocol.
I would hope so. Yeah.
Security posted outside the sick bay already.
Yeah.
And we'll have the XO notify Starfleet Command of our change in course and our reason.
Yes, sir. I will do that.
That's it. You walk in. The doctor is currently in her office, as the medical staff seems preoccupied with things in sickbay.
Is Whitman there, our CMO?
Yes.
Well, talk to her first. Dr. Whitman, you got an update on our patients?
You want me to play the CMO, GM?
Sure.
Okay.
Or whoever.
I'll do it. I'll do it right now. Patients are stable now, Captain. Still dealing with burns, but we think we'll be able to get them in better shape by the end of the day today. So far, they are cooperating.
Good. And Bill Amok, is he up for talking to visitors?
He's a chatty individual. I think that he might be open to talking to you or to anyone else who helped rescue them. They apparently seem to have a great deal of respect for those that saved them, but they're Cardassians, sir. They don't trust us necessarily because they seem to think that the Maquis are basically an offshoot of the Federation.
Considering from their point of view, I can understand how it would seem that way.
And also, sorry, hold on. She sits up from her chair. She goes, also, a human just tried to barricade them inside their ship and burn them alive. So naturally, they're going to be a little hesitant to talk to you. But it doesn't hurt to try and ask them something. And I did see in the log here that we're about 6 days away from Deep Space Nine. Is that accurate?
We're having to make a pit stop on the way. We're responding to a distress call from a Federation cruiser or merchant vessel. Call. Yeah, you might want to make room.
Oh, goodness. All right. Maybe we can turn one of the holodecks into an emergency medical facility or something. But with the Cardassians here and taking up space in the cargo bay, if we have to take on additional injured, sir, we're going to start reaching our limit.
Well, your idea about the holodeck's a pretty good one. Why don't you coordinate with Commander Solok and get that set up in case we do need the extra bed space?
Yes, sir. Now, you wanted to go speak to the Cardassian captain, correct?
I feel I should pay my respects.
Be prepared to, well, deal with a Cardassian. GM, is this the captain right here?
Yes. He's awake, so.
What's his name again?
Omek.
Golomek. This is Captain Perone. Captain Perone. Golomek.
Thank you, Doctor. Golomek, I trust you're satisfied with the treatment you're receiving on board my ship.
It is adequate. Cardassian physicians would be much more efficient. But thank you for rescuing my crew.
You're welcome. That's part of the service we provide out here. I'm curious what you were doing in the Badlands to begin with, though.
I am under orders to not discuss such things. But needless to say, hunting our common foe.
Well, they certainly are causing enough trouble out here for both of our governments.
Yes, so it would seem.
Perhaps we can share intelligence on different Maquis cells you've seen in the Badlands.
Only 2 of them. Though the one led by Chakotay seems to have, well, vanished. Most likely destroyed by the turbulent storms that wreak havoc in the Badlands. The other one, well, he doesn't have a name.
Well, perhaps we'll give him one when you or I catch up with him. I'm curious. If it doesn't need you to reveal classified information. I'm curious to how many other ships you have in the area.
My fleet has been, well, decimated recently. I was merely pursuing the ones that hunted them down. Unfortunately, I will have to answer to High Command on this one.
Well, answering to the higher ups is never a pleasant circumstance. I imagine that's something you and I have in common. I think right now our current plans are to escort you to D Space Nine, what your government used to call Terek Nor. There, we'll arrange transportation back to Cardassia for you. I trust that's acceptable.
That is adequate.
About a 4-day journey. Perhaps when you're feeling better, you and your other surviving members of your command staff would care to share a meal with me in the captain's mess.
I fortunately was spared of the worst among my crew, but I would be happy to dine with you.
Well, excellent. We'll make arrangements once the doctor releases you from her care.
I estimate he'll need to be here for at least 2 more days before the burns heal to the point where he could go outside of the sick bay, sir.
That sounds adequate.
But if he cooperates, he might be out in 1. It just depends on how well he cooperates. Gull?
Yes, of course, Doctor.
And when I give you that white liquid to swallow, please swallow it this time instead of spitting it back out. Okay? I don't want to have to feed it to you intravenously.
He just remains silent on that.
And she walks over to the captain and go, "It's a liquid that stimulates healing in Cardassians. It has to be consumed like a liquid drink. It doesn't have the most pleasant taste in the world for Cardassians."
Well, it's comforting to know that some things are universally true. Medicine generally doesn't taste good.
And the captain should know he spent a few days here in sickbay just about 48 hours ago. In fact, he was in that very bed right there. He had to drink something too that he didn't like either.
Yes, if I'm going to get something from the Andorians, I would prefer it would be their ale and not their illnesses.
And for the record, it was not from Solok's pie. I don't know where that rumor started, but it is simply not true. I do think it's starting to irritate him. If he weren't a Vulcan, I would say that he was quite annoyed. Don't tell him I said that, by the way.
My lips are sealed. Oh, Golomek, I wanted to say, are you familiar with a Federation registered vessel called the Sonia Cruz?
I am not. But if it's like any of the other reports that I've read, several Euro merchant vessels are responsible for trading with the Maquis, at least according to our intel sources.
It's possible. GM, can I tell if he's being truthful with that answer?
I can give you a roll, like it can be an opposed roll, I guess.
In every TTRPG, there is an insight check, and we're gonna do it all the time. It's you can never escape it.
Well, your difficulty's 4, so
Wow.
he's just a very hard person to read. Just put it that way.
All right. I'm assuming insight command.
Yes, Insight Command difficulty 4.
Okay. I'm gonna stretch here. Are you taking linguistics as a focus, or cultural studies?
Oh.
Those really don't fit.
Okay. I'm just checking. It's the only ones I can think of that might fit. I'm gonna regret this later, but I will give you 3 threat for 2 extra dice.
I like threat.
Nice.
Of course, you don't have any momentum, so.
Oh, so close.
I have bold command, so I have a reroll.
There you go.
I know it. Hey!
Ah. Nice rolling, Cap.
Nicely done.
Yes, Captain. There are rumors and intelligence reports that some merchants are supplying the Maquis. It's a bit embarrassing for us. I'm surprised there aren't Cardassian merchants doing the same thing for Cardassian colonies within the demilitarized zone.
Captain, one of the things that merchants often trade with the Maquis is medical supplies. This is for wounded and the sick and the dying as a result of this war. Hardly a reason to be attacking a vessel. Medical supplies. Some of these are from doctors that are not associated with the Federation. They're just doctors who lend their skills and their healing ability in war-torn areas. A very common practice.
Doctor, relief supplies are not necessarily a problem. Weapons are, but thank you for your input. Hopefully, Dolomac, we can put some of this ugliness between the Federation and Cardassia to the side before too long. It'd be much better for us to cooperate in the demilitarized zone than be butting heads. Sometimes I'm afraid that one side or the other is going to go too far. You're a highly efficient and honorable people. I really don't want to go to war against you guys again.
Likewise, Captain. If you don't mind, I would like to get some rest.
I must return to my duties as well. Doctor, with me a moment, please.
Captain, I know some of the merchants who deal, like the Salona crews. They're not dealing in weapons. These are Federation merchants. They're mostly dealing in medical supplies and other supplies that people need in war-torn areas.
That may be true, and I sympathize with them, Doctor. It is a tough situation all around, but the real reason I stopped you is for the moment, I think it would be best if our Cardassian guests do not realize where we're going and why at the moment.
Understood. But if are they attacking random Federation ships in the Badlands? Is that what's going on here?
Well, I aim to find out, but at the moment, we have limited information. But if the Sonya Cruise is under attack by Cardassian ships, it's probably in our best interest that our Cardassian guests do not know that we are racing to intercept them. Could cause problems here. N'est-ce pas?
Yeah, I agree with that. But you know what else would cause problems if the Cardassians are attacking random Federation merchant ships in the Badlands? That's an act of war. And the Cardassians can't afford to be at war right now with the Federation. I've been looking at the casualty reports coming in from the Klingon. By the way, is this the Klingons attacking the Cardassians at this point?
No,
sorry, Gian.
That's a year away.
Okay. You're away. Never mind. I take that back. For a moment, I was transported into the future, and now I'm back.
I'm watching this weird telenovela. You'd never believe it.
Doctor, the peace needs to be maintained. Hopefully, at a cost we can stomach. But let's avoid jumping to conclusions before we get where we're going.
I am the last person that wants to see another war with the Cardassians, sir.
None of us want to go to war again.
You'd be surprised, sir.
Perhaps not. At any rate, let's keep this on the quiet side. Work with Commander Solak to prepare the holodecks in case we need overflow space.
I've already put in the request. He's already responded.
Very good. Anything else you need from us, Doc?
Just when we release them from sickbay, make sure that we keep an eye on them. I'm not going to let any of them go until I can feel that they're fully healed and healthy enough to leave. We don't want any infection spreading. And if you thought the Andorian stomach flu was bad, just wait till you get Cardassian stomach flu.
I'll pass on that if you don't mind.
I think that's wise, sir.
All right, we'll maintain a security presence just outside sickbay. Don't hesitate if you need them.
No problem. We'll keep them safe in here for now.
All right, keep in contact with me for your needs. And then Perone is going to go back to the bridge.
All right, for the sake of time, we're going to fast forward to the second scene. As both ships arrive around the same time, coming out of warp, where a Cardassian Galore starship currently has the Sonya Cruise and tractor beam, and a Cardassian Kaldan class vessel has, well, on the opposite side of you.
Lieutenant Kai, give me a scan of the Sonya Cruise and know her condition of her crew and her systems. Operations, give me that Cardassian ship, please.
For the scan roll, this is going to be reason plus science difficulty of 1 assisted by the ship's sensors plus science.
Magic.
Don't forget, since you have advanced sensor sweeps, you roll 2 dice for the ship. Uh, 2 momentum gained.
Cool.
Captain, the cruise has in fact been disabled. It appears to be by the Cardassian weapons, but her hull is intact, and I'm not seeing any signs of major damage.
Which ship were you hailing?
The one that's got the Sonya Cruise and the tractor beam.
As you're hailed, you're redirected to the other Cardassian ship.
The other ship just answers?
And on screen appears a Cardassian.
Unidentified Cardassian.
What were you saying?
Since you got came on the screen, Captain's going to address it. Unidentified Cardassian vessels, Captain David Perone of Federation Starship Navajo. Who may I have the honor of addressing?
This is Gul Kisat of the Rack. To what do I owe this pleasure, Captain?
It seems we've received a distress call from that merchant ship that's currently under tractor from another Cardassian vessel.
Yes.
Somebody to respond and investigate.
Smugglers don't like to be caught.
And you have evidence that this is a smuggling vessel.
We have reports that this cruiser, the Sonya, whatever the hell his name is,
Salona Cruz.
Salona Cruz,
Wait, I thought it was Sonya Cruz.
Sonya Cruz, the
That's
Sonya
how we get him.
Cruz
We lied to him
has
about
been-
the ship name.
has been ferrying weapons to a Maquis cell. So we have detained them to determine the truth of the allegations that I've heard of. Would you care to assist us? I understand smuggling is illegal within the Federation as well.
Well, smuggling weapons in this area, certainly a violation of our treaty with your government.
Indeed it is. So can I assume you have no objections to my examining the cargo of the merchant?
I would not object as long as we can do this as a joint operation. While you have suspicions that it is a Federation merchant vessel, they do fall under our authority.
Yes, but we're not in Federation space now.
Neither are we in Cardassian space.
That's true. In the spirit of amity between our two peoples, I invite your participation.
Very well. What do you suggest for the makeup of our inspection crew?
I would suggest that you send a standard away team, as will I, and we will examine their cargo together. But know this: if they are in fact transporting weapons, or any evidence that they have been transporting weapons, they are complicit in the death of many Cardassian citizens, and therefore, by treaty, fall under my jurisdiction.
Out of character, is that accurate?
I might be bluffing.
Right. Yeah, we would know what's correct and what isn't, I guess. Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything on that unless you guys wish to do rolls to figure out what is the truth and what is not on that.
Well, we would have access to the treaty documents, I would hope.
Yeah,
We could call up that
Yeah.
that navigator character
Right,
that
the
helped us get
navigator
through
who's
that.
really good at
Who
con.
was
Yeah.
really good at reading treaties.
reading treaties, yeah.
3,578 page treaty written in
Yeah, exactly.
Cardassian legalese.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Is that actually in the treaty?
Right.
See, this is where AI could be helpful.
Lore wise, I don't think it's actually said in because it's just a treaty. Like let's say like, oh, we signed a treaty
I-
on the show, and
I mean, why don't we roll on it, and then whoever wins the
Yeah.
roll is correct.
Ooh,
Well, I
that's a good
imagine
idea.
also basing it off of standard maritime law practices, if the cargo can be directly tied to, or the ship can be directly tied to previous movement of the cargo, then whoever is most directly impacted by the events of the moving of the cargo technically would have jurisdiction over it.
Unless both ships are actually present and it's flown under a flag that was in the original country. If it's found
Yeah.
by both, it
Right,
would
but
technically
there-
belong to the country, which would be the
Right.
Federation at this point. If we're going off maritime law.
Right.
We could say that the ship would be under his jurisdiction, but the people
The
on
people
it
would be ours, right? Yeah.
would be ours.
no, actually, on the treaty for the demilitarized zone, like they gave up several worlds, putting it in the hands of essentially the Cardassians. Hence, is the reason why the Maquis formed.
Got it.
Well, Golkasat, let's determine the truth of this matter first, and then we can go on from there and get our governments involved in jurisdictional issues. Fair enough.
We can discuss it after we've been proven correct, Captain. Why don't you meet me on board in 10 minutes? That's the unit of time, correct?
Yes, let's limit ourselves to say 3 or 4 away team size of say 4.
That is acceptable.
Have you been in communication with the Sonya crews?
I have just arrived. I was getting a report from my legate when you interrupted him.
My apologies. I was trying to get a hold of him myself.
I understand.
Very well. 10 minutes. Transporter room on the Sonya cruise.
Correct. Agreed.
We have an accord. Thank you for your cooperation, Golkasat.
Thank you for yours, Captain.
Navajo out, and Perone will turn to the ops officer and signal to cut the communication.
Captain, request permission to join you in request permission to join you in beaming over to the ship.
I haven't learned voices yet. Who was that?
Solak. This is Solak. Sorry about that.
That's going to be a decision for the XO, Commander.
If I had my say, I would. My vote would be that you not go at all, and that I lead the away team. I have a feeling that would be overruled. Yes.
As I was about to say, Commander Craval, form an away team.
Oh, you're staying on the ship?
Standard Starfleet protocol.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Good. Yes, Commander Solak, Lieutenant Tavria, and I feel like we need to bring the girl who's good at reading contracts. She understands. I feel like she would be the best at knowing the laws, right?
Honestly,
Well, this is just a search for the weapons to see if they're on the ship. I don't really think we need her there. I think we need her on the ship.
Yeah, she could stay on the ship and let us know that.
yeah, I imagine an engineer, a science person, and security.
Well, yeah, I got the security. Solak's got the engineering. Tavria's got the science. So I mean, if you want to bring a supporting character, just pick whichever one you want because we've got the core things covered. But we said 4 people, so. Or I guess Vogel, you want to bring a supporting character? Pick of the bunch, I guess.
We are dealing with Ansi Cardassian, so an extra security person would not be a bad idea.
Yeah, I'd say 2 security, and then the science and the engineering would be the best balance for this particular away.
Vogel, you could play as a Tellarite. Could I be losing?
Vogel just dropped.
He was so sick of us talking about him.
Right, yeah. How dare us?
We were joking last session about how fun it is to play Tellarites, and
it is
there is a Tellarite security.
Yeah, gig, right?
I love Tellarites.
They're so fun.
Tellarites are great.
My first character on this on the 10th Fleet was Tellarite engineer.
Nice.
But by the way, I just want to state this out loud. You have a magnificent voice, by the way. Just saying it.
Thank you.
Like just read the phone. Just read the phone book. You'll make a living.
True. Yeah, that's a fact. I just do a podcast with you.
I have been told I have a great face for radio.
Yep.
So
Vogel. Sorry, go ahead.
I just want to clarify the way.
back.
So I got the XO.
Cavall, Solak, Tavria, and then whichever person Vogel wants to bring as a supporting character. Oh, copy. Then we'll bring the narratively correct one that Vogel chooses to bring, and that will be the 4th option.
Sounds good.
The Tellarite.
Yeah, I think an extra security would be good, but we'll let Vogel pick.
Yes, please bring the space dwarf. We have too many space elves over here.
It's true.
Is the captain playing a supporting character?
I think we maxed out the 4 that I agree with the goal for there.
Yeah.
I figured, Captain, you're probably gonna have a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, he's gonna be going over the treaty while you guys are gone.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
You mean you've been operating in the Badlands without having that thing memorized already?
Apparently, we all have. Yeah.
Nobody reads the terms and conditions, okay?
True. It's true. That dude could literally just be like, "No, the treaty says that you actually need to give us our ship, your entire ship now." And we'd be like, "Fuck! I mean, I guess so. Like, here we go. Take the
You know, on
Navajo."
Wednesdays we wear pink, right? You know that?
Yeah, exactly. So fetch. It's so fetch.
Can you hear me now?
We can.
Hey, there you are.
I love how my mic just sometimes just stops working.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm
Yeah,
talking, I
that's
swear.
We're letting you pick the other supporting character if you wanted to bring one along.
We were thinking security because, you know,
Yeah.
jumpy Cardassians. Who knows? They might just feel froggy. You never know.
It's true.
Oh, if there's a Tellarate security, I think we got to go with that.
Yeah.
Oh,
we got,
yes.
we got Gig, I think his name is. Nice.
All right, and we're gonna head over to the Sonia cruise, where both landing parties arrive in a timely manner.
Cool.
No Captain Perone?
Unfortunately, you'll be working with me. Pleasure to meet you. I am Commander Caval. You must be Gal Kisat, yes?
Correct.
How long has your legate been holding this vessel? Has he had time to verify its crew manifest and shipping?
He has not. He has been waiting for my arrival. And yours
well done.
too, apparently.
Very good. I'm sure that with both of us working together, we can get to the bottom of this rapidly.
Indeed. Would you care to precede me to the cargo hold?
Of course. Let's find one of the representatives of the crew. Nobody's in this transporter room. There's none of their crew.
Well, it is like one of the more vacant spots that I can throw like 8 tokens at. Just FYI.
Oh, sure.
But so just to clarify for the goal, his other ship did secure it, and they do have the crew being held in the mess hall, and the captain on the other side of the ship currently.
Right.
Oh, okay. So captain's being held separately from crew. Alrighty. Yeah, I guess we'll start in the cargo hold.
Do we have a manifest for this ship?
Yeah, same.
There are 8 crew members. Your legate stated that they found all 8 crew members and currently have them in custody on the ship.
I meant cargo manifest.
You do not.
Oh.
Do they not have a documented cargo manifest? Or do we just not have access to it?
It sounds like a roll.
Yeah, you tell me.
Someone needs to make a roll, so let's go with make this controller insight plus con, def 1.
Okay, I'll get that investigation as a focus.
About intimidation as a focus.
All right, intimidating the cargo manifest. Tell me your secrets.
I'm intimidating the crew to give me the cargo manifest.
Well, that's a different role. That is presence command.
Right.
For intimidation. No.
Presence in command?
Are you ordering someone to get it to you?
Yes.
Sure, we'll go with President's Command then.
Wait, so am I not? What's happening? Am I not rolling? I'm very lost. What's happening?
Both sides can roll. There's 2 sides.
Okay, you never. Okay, can I use investigation as a focus? I never heard an
Yes,
answer.
sorry. Yeah, I didn't hear that
Copy.
part.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, it was a crappy roll.
All
Nice to
right.
see it works on both sides of the screen.
I'll give you a threat for a third die.
One momentum gained. No momentum for the Cardassians.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, why does it say my target number is 17? Yeah, okay. All right. I'm looking at the right spot. So did we get the manifest?
I'm working on it. I have a feeling I'm waiting for the data to be returned to my pad. Beep beep boop. These buttons are noisy today. So Mondays, am I right?
Sorry, I am having trouble finding people in Discord. That's why.
Copy.
Yeah, it gets confusing when you're looking at a list and you're trying to give to that one person. Like, who are you again?
Oh, I'm being texted.
So it doesn't.
All right.
Yeah, it doesn't display characters' names, so you have to figure out what their Discord name is. And
Mine shows my name.
Oh, here we go. Let's see. I'll share the info. Standard crystalline silicates for industrial use. A freighter assembly. You're moving there. Dilithium crystals for energy reactors, propulsion systems. Let's see. Alloys for structural reinforcement and construction. Medical kits and pharmaceuticals for emergency use. Yes, consumer goods, agricultural equipment. This is all what appears on the manifest goal.
All very common for a merchant ship of this kind.
Indeed. And just what you would expect to find on a smuggler's manifest.
No doubt, but at least we have a basis to compare from. Let's go get eyes on ourselves then.
Very well. After you, Commander.
So, how long have you been a gull, if you don't mind me asking?
I've held this rank for 15 years.
Very nice. Do you enjoy the position?
It has nothing to do with it. It is my duty.
Of course.
Your Glenn goes, I believe the cargo is this way, sir. And she'll start.
Yep.
If you guys wish to follow.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the commander.
I kept clicking I couldn't go through the door. I got it now. Yeah, we'll just follow. I don't know why I'm trying to not drag multiple tokens, but boy oh boy.
You just have to select
Yeah.
off of the token and then select it again.
Down to the right. Forwards.
As you enter, everyone, like the Cardassians stiff up. The crew kind of is looking, giving sort of the side eye to the Cardassians. It's like,
That's the captain?
no. It's Glenn? Yeah.
I meant the bloody guy.
The bloody guy? Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the captain.
All right.
It's like, sir, he's being non-cooperative. No major injuries have been dealt to him.
Understood.
Which
I'll keep him
Well,
detained
right.
until you're ready to question him, sir.
Thank you, Trooper. Um, uh, please see that he is not further injured.
Yes, sir. You there. Make sure this man is given proper medical attention. Yes, sir.
Very good.
Uh,
Everyone, they're not hiding any injuries on anybody. Everything looks fine, right? Things look
Uh,
kosher here.
they look fine. A little, shaken up.
Sure.
where'd everybody go?
Oh, oh, yeah, I'll move you.
Yeah, what's the correct way we go? I guess to go to the cargo bay.
Okay. That's the rest of the crew?
That is the rest of the crew, yes.
All right. Soldier, report.
Sir. Gull. The crew, were not cooperative at first, but they are detained until your arrival.
Good. Hello, everyone. We are from the Federation vessel Navajo. I'm Commander Caval. We'll be assisting the Gull here in investigating your vessel. They have claimed that they suspect that you are smuggling for the Maquis. We are here to investigate. Which of you is the ship's quartermaster or inventory specialist?
The tolerate stance. That would be me.
Good. Tell me then, what is your name?
Car.
Car,
Go.
yes. What can you tell me of this ship's cargo and its purpose in this sector of space?
Carrying various supplies. Well, we just handed them off. Our ship holds are empty.
I'll look over to the Gull. Is that correct? I thought you stated that your legate had not disturbed anything as of yet. The
It
cargo has already been confiscated?
It has not.
No, we've already delivered them.
Where did you deliver them to?
To our various destinations. It's all on our manifest list. Some colony, some new settlement.
Are we to understand then that there is no cargo
Right.
currently on this vessel?
Correct. It's all gone.
Oh. Interesting.
It's rather wildly inefficient for a freighter to not carry cargo on every ship's movement.
I believe what he is trying to say is that they have already delivered their cargo, and you are heading back to your home base to receive more cargo. Is that accurate?
We were heading to a Valerian supply station to pick up more goods.
What was your most recent drop off of goods?
2.5 weeks ago.
And that emptied your cargo holds?
It did, yes. That was our last supply drop.
What were the supplies and where?
I just told you.
What? What? What were the?
Farming, tool and machinery for farming equipment and terraforming,
Oh, okay, copy.
along with some medical supplies.
Commander, if I may recommend, we could attempt to scan the ship to see if there are any hidden cargo anywhere on the vessel. But if the Tellarite here, Carr, is correct, then there is no cargo on this vessel, and therefore proof that weapons of some kind have been smuggled would be difficult to produce, would it not, Gull?
Difficult, but not impossible.
I would
Yeah.
recommend then we do a scan of the vessel to see if there is anything hidden. But if there is nothing hidden on this vessel, then there would be no proof that weapons have been smuggled, unless you were to go to the locations where these cargo had been dropped off and prove that they were placed there.
My chief engineer makes a phenomenal point, Gall. But I concur with his reasoning. We should scan the ship and check its cargo holds for any sort of hidden compartments, just to be safe.
Thank you for the compliment, Commander, but phenomenal. It is simply plain logic.
Of course, it's simply a difference in verbiage.
Yes. Well, while you sit around and congratulate each other, I'm going to send my crew out to start scanning. If you care to join us.
Of course. Can I, Commander Solak, please get in touch with the Navajo.
And what would you like me to tell them, sir?
Have them initiate a full scan of the vessel, attempting to locate any sort of clandestine compartments. I would like to get a navigational logs of the ship and also a diagram of all of the ship's internal workings to have you unpatch that to make sure that everything checks out.
Outside of character GM, because as an engineer, would he know that what would be more efficient to find something hidden on a vessel? Would it be a tricorder reading from inside the vessel, or would it be a starship doing a scan from outside?
Tricorder would be
Yeah.
more efficient than a
Right,
ship
but-
scan because they could.
Yeah.
There are external materials that could block a ship's sensors.
So I'll role play that, and Solak will say, Commander, it might be more efficient to find something hidden using our tricorders here on the ship. While a merchant vessel here, it is not uncommon for hidden contraband to be hid in some rather, what's the word I want to use here? Some rather clandestine locations.
Now you're thinking like a smuggler.
I am thinking like a Vulcan.
Vulcans make excellent smugglers. Have you not known that?
Sure. Go ahead.
Do I have your permission to scan with our tricorders, sir?
Yes.
I think we should start in engineering and move our way forward.
I think in the matters of efficiency, we should go in teams of 2. And
Would you
scan the
suggest
whole
one
ship.
Cardassian and one Federation as a team?
I would.
Commander?
I concur. I would like to go to the bridge to get the navigational logs.
Who amongst your group here is an engineer, Gull?
Cardassian soldier number 6 has some engineering experience.
That guy over there.
Extra number 6, of course.
Very well. I would recommend that he accompany me.
Yes. I mean,
GM, is the location that we're in right now sort of a central area of the ship?
You could think it is. Like, this seems to be like a mess hall area. Layout wise, it's more forward than centralized, but it's seems like this is the spot that separates like crew and bridge and stuff from like cargo and other ship stuff.
Commander, where would you like us to meet once we have completed our scans? Should we meet back here, or should we meet you on the bridge?
This seems like an acceptable meeting point. The follow-up question: where's the captain of the vessel being held? I see that there's not 8 civilians here.
My men have him detained in another area of the ship.
More specifically, if you could, where? We would like to speak with him, of course. I'm sure that he might have some info to glean.
Frame 137-6-2. I don't know. South of here?
Copy.
Out of game,
That's
guys.
Yes.
Sorry, I don't mean to derail. I'm wanting to do a roll for empathy stuff. Can I take a momentum?
Yeah, go for it for sure.
Sweet.
I'll subtract it.
Thank you.
I was going
guess,
to ask you if you're going to do that roll.
Dang it. Sorry, guys. Never mind. I'm not going to be that useful.
all right. Well, I'll go to the bridge, get the navigational data, probably with the goal. I think.
Yep.
Solok and engineer number 6 can do the engineering scan thing. I think it's fine if we.
I have those 3 guys up in that room that we originally started in that didn't get dragged down here.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So, I mean.
Yeah. I guess we can. I'm sure there's like a sensor data that Tavia can go and get, right? That probably, I guess, probably also on the bridge, right? The
Well,
science station,
if
or
we're going to
manifest
cover
logs.
if we're going to cover the whole ship in an efficient way, we would just do teams of 2, and we just go all over the ship and scan.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Every nook and cranny will need to be scanned.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's the idea. And basically, they all start at that particular area and work their way back here.
Yeah, yeah. Just, let's do narratively that. We have no idea what the map is, so I have no idea what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, I'm guessing
right.
on. I'm guessing on that too.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll do that.
I'll just throw your guys' tokens where you want to go. So
Sure. I'll be in engineering.
The goal will go to the bridge for the navigation logs.
I think Commander Caval, you're going with him.
Yeah, I'm going with him.
Yeah.
We can cross-reference that with the what the dude said and the.
I'll go to the cargo
Logs.
bay and scan in there for residual prints or something.
Or they might be hiding stuff in hidden compartments in the cargo bay.
It's true.
Very true.
Also, I should caution you to watch for areas that are shielded from scans.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're scanning and you suddenly find a scanning void,
Right.
those will be bad.
This is not the first time that we have scanned a vessel, Gull.
I cannot assume that you know what you're doing.
okay, we'll start with engineering. Solok, what are you looking for in main engineering?
Well, we would have some idea of what the schematics are of this particular vessel and what is in an engineering section of the ship. So I would be scanning for any compartments or anything like that that have been added, or any areas that might have been modified to hold contraband.
Insight engineering difficulty 1.
One, I'll just roll it straight. I don't think I have a focus that applies to anything here. This is more of an investigation rather than a repair or a diagnostic. So, task.
I would take structural engineering, but
Well, too bad.
well, gain a momentum. Other than the only modifications you see to the ship is the engines. It is a very old ship, so there's been a lot of updates to it over the 80 years it's been in service.
Mhm.
The vessel itself literally has phase cannons and Enterprise era torpedoes. Just put it that way.
Nice.
So very old.
So yeah,
Very old.
very old. The ship is the outside of parts of where the cargo's at has been like upgraded, like the hull plating has to help with essentially shielding it from attacks from what you've gathered. But there doesn't seem to be any modifications to the cargo directly that you can tell, at least from the schematics, for like hidden compartments and whatnot.
Okay. No voids that I'm seeing here, based on what you just said. If it's weapons, weapons would give off some kind of an energy signature, and it would be a specific energy signature for that weapon. So am I able to do a scan for an energy signature, let's say for a phaser rifle or for a phaser pistol?
I will just give it to you. There are multiple ones, but you could tell they're either crew
Mhm.
weaponry or weaponry that you're carrying or the Cardassians have.
Very well. Logically, I would see this area has been scanned and that there was no contraband in this particular area. I would move on to the next available area.
Okay.
What's that door aft?
It sucks you out into space. I don't know.
Let's not open that one.
It's a Jeffries tube, it looks like.
It's a underbelly, airlock essentially.
Mm.
So
Yeah, a xenomorph is going to come up and eat me.
yes, it is.
Please no.
It's a great map, by the way. Just FYI.
Well, I didn't make. I mean, it's just Pokemon I bought. So yeah.
It's very cool.
Oddly enough, it's for aliens. So
Really,
yes.
I'm shocked. It totally doesn't have that feel. No, it's actually a really cool map. I'm serious. This looks like some sort of cargo bay area here. Is that correct?
That's a shuttle bay.
Shuttle bay.
Yeah.
I'll do a scan in here for the same thing. Are there any hidden compartments or anything in here that would make it?
That was all part of that sensor.
It's all part of it.
Yeah. So I am going to move to someone else. So
Sounds good.
let's go to you're scanning this particular room, cargo bay area. Rye.
Mm-hmm. What am I rolling?
What are you looking for? Technically, there is no cargo pods here.
No, I guess I'm scanning for energy signatures, residue, stuff that I could scientific, like if there's a blank space, something that isn't where it should be, something that is there that shouldn't be, that kind of stuff. With my track order.
Give me a reason plus science difficulty of 3.
Bum, bum, bum.
Quick question. Do you classify starship recognition as noticing it as you see it or knowing about the ships in detail?
Knowing about the ship in some detail.
Could I use that as a focus?
No, not for this task.
All right. Then I'd like to take a momentum, you guys.
Sure.
Yep. Hey, here we go.
I did it.
Nice job.
Sweet
Thank you.
victory.
1 second, I gotta double check something.
Copy.
Rye, I have a quick question for you. For your empathy roll earlier, was that a difficulty 3?
It was a difficulty 4, I believe.
And was it because of Cardassians being resistant to
No, it was
basically
a difficulty 3.
Okay.
No, it wasn't against the Cardassians. I was trying to get a read on Carr, the quartermaster, and I was just 1 under success, so it didn't fly.
Got it.
Them stubborn Tellarites.
So, Drift, do you run another game in 10th? Or
Yes,
do you play? Oh,
I
copy. Okay.
I run the Drift, which is on its 3rd year now.
Nice.
Your GM here is our science officer. Currently, they are in the year 1288.
Oh, fun.
Are they? Is it like a time traveling?
It didn't start that way, but I put this giant ring in space,
Mhm.
so they flew through it
Sure. As you do.
and wound up 1,000 years in the past.
All right.
The
Yeah,
drift,
an average Tuesday.
yeah. The drift is an area of a space that's very hard to reach. So
Got
it's like a 3-month ordeal just to get there. So they've
Oh,
kind of
interesting.
been on their own. We've been exploring this big region of space for the last 3 years. And they've been picking up clues over time about an ancient war, and a bunch
Sure.
of the weapons are left lying around. Apparently,
Sweet.
they're still active, and they try to kill them all the time.
Of
But
course.
now they've gone back to the 1,000 years to the last days of the race that created the drones and the rise of these drones. So they have an
Nice.
opportunity to shut them all out. And when they do, somehow I have to get them back to the future,
Right.
show them how that's changed, and then wrap it up because
Right.
I've been running it for 3 years and I'm kind of getting tired.
Valid. Yeah. Completely understandable. Yeah.
3 years is a long time to run a game.
Yeah. No kidding. Same crew, consistent group, and everything.
Only one original member from when I started it 3 years ago.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh
Okay.
wow.
But yeah, I've had like 20 people come through.
Fun.
Some people hang for a while. Some people have to be thrown out.
Yep. Valid. So what
Yeah.
what type of ship is it?
It's a Excelsior class. It's the
Oh, nice.
NCC 2001. It's the 2nd Excelsior class.
Oh, cool. God, I love the Excelsiors.
They started on a Miranda, but it kind of
Okay.
got shot out from under them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they got the Excelsior, and they've beefed it up something fierce.
Nice.
So she's a wrecking crew.
Beautiful. Sounds like a blast. I was just curious. Yeah.
Actually, I need one person to show up on Wednesday to be an ambassador. If anyone's interested, it's here on the Forge as well. I just need one person come in on a Wednesday at 6:30.
I'd love to, but I have to work on Wednesday.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry.
all right.
I could be a Vulcan ambassador.
Well, I mean, there's 2 races. I've given one to Corbinian's going to do one. I just need somebody to be the good guy ambassador.
Ooh, I like
So
being good guys.
so that I don't have to do it myself because I find it very difficult to argue against myself. But hey, if you want to, please, by all means, I'll be happy to have. Yeah, it's going to be that one day because the good guy ambassador needs to talk the bad guy ambassador into helping him out. But the good guy ambassador hates the bad guy ambassador because they're the ones who turned the drones against the good guys.
Mm.
Because, well, yeah, there's a whole story.
Sounds very exciting. I mean, in
Oh,
a 3-year game like that, I bet it's wild the things you've gone through.
It is based on a book I got on Drive Through RPG called The Lucani Drift.
Oh, interesting.
Mm.
And
I love Drive Through RPG.
I highly recommend it as a campaign setting. And you don't need to use the Lucani Drift. I'm using it because it's got the maps.
Gotcha.
And it'll give you like a description of a planet. It'll have one sentence as to
Cool.
something interesting there, and that can turn into some of the most amazing freaking
Right.
adventures. Just
I'm
that one
assuming,
sentence.
is it like a generic sci-fi book, right? That you can then adapt to different systems as you see fit?
It is written for
Mhm.
starships and spacemen.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Like
Which
Goblinoid,
is
yeah.
yeah, it's Star Trek with the serial numbers fired off.
Right.
So, but it's nothing to adapt.
Sure, yeah. The theme and the branding and everything is still accurate,
Yeah.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool.
And
I'll have
yeah,
to look at it.
I've been having a lot of fun. Hell, we're not even. We've been playing for 3 years. There's 15 sectors to explore, and I
Really? Wow.
think in that time we've explored fully 3 of them.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I just found it. So it's a full. That's a complete book. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I just realized
That's
if you do 2 more years, it'll be a 5-year mission.
Well, it's supposed to be a 5-year mission. Time is moving a little faster there than it is in the real world. Yeah. I got the PDF and I liked it so much I actually paid to have them print it for me.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna take a momentum if that's cool.
Yeah, you doing another empathy roll?
Not in the empty room, no.
Oh. I can't see where you are, so I have no
She
idea.
sensed ghost in the room.
I was scanning the room, and there's a question I want to ask, but the GM's making me spend a momentum for it.
Oh, okay. I can't see where anybody else is except for myself, so I don't know.
That's fair.
If you click click the measuring tool and then click back into the token controls, it will then show you where they are. Because I can see here.
Man, this map is huge.
It's a massive map.
Yeah, I can't get it all on my screen at the same time.
Oh yeah, no kidding. Big ship for 8 people.
All right.
Well, it's a cargo ship.
It's true.
It's supposed to be a scale 3 cargo ship, so.
Okay, I would like to do. Oh, I'm sorry. I would like to do a search in that area then, GM.
I'll just say right now, there's nothing there. It's just that's what your scanner detects. Like this is here, and that's what you surmise. Like
Okay. Then I will. Did we say we were going to meet somewhere? Or are we just searching the whole ship and then going to come back to where like the prisoners are? Did we discuss this before we all separated?
Yeah, that's essentially what we agreed.
Yeah, everyone do sweep of the ship and then return to.
with that momentum spend, your studio state fires, so you get 1 free question now.
Okay. I honestly don't know what to ask. I'm playing a science officer, but I don't actually science all that much.
Valid.
You could, I guess, pass it along and have the group, like everyone else, help you here.
I mean,
Like,
we don't know what the situation
I
is.
found various types of radiation sit on the left-hand side of this room.
What type of
What type
radiation?
of radiation?
What type of radiation?
yeah.
Whoa, geez. Alpha, beta, and gamma radiations, faint signatures that are slowly fading. Ooh, can I then verify how long ago it was? If I do like an age back
There you go.
type deal? Whatever it's called, where you figure out something's age.
You're looking for the half-life of the
Half-life? Yeah.
isotopes.
Thank you! Those words. Okay, cool. Thank you. Then I'll go back and join the peoples or do whatever I'm supposed to do next.
All right. I think we're doing what, logs now? Is that right?
Yeah, I'm up at the bridge looking for navigational logs. I think that was the next step.
Okay. Let's make this a control plus security difficulty 2 to gain access to the ship.
Gotcha. Alrighty, control plus security, diff 2. I will give you a threat for a third die. Investigation is a focus. Is that all right?
Yeah. Oh no, this would be security systems. Like those could be 2 rolls. Sorry.
What? Sorry. So what am I
there'll be-
rolling now?
You're trying to essentially bypass their security lockouts that they have on. So you're
Oh, okay.
yeah, so this is
Copy,
more like a
copy.
security systems for a
I
focus.
got you. All right. So no focus. Copy.
Gain 2 momentum. So you unlock the ship. Essentially, you have access to it. To go through the logs, let's make this a. Spend some thread here. Insight plus con, difficulty 1, complication range of 2.
Copy. Oh, by the way, I forgot to proc it for firing, but intense does fire on that. So I get a bonus momentum, right?
Yeah, but you have to spend the bonus momentum right away. So, because it doesn't stay. Like, bonus momentum is not.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was curious, could I use that and one of the other momentum I used to create a trait? That's how 2E is supposed to go, right? That's how this system is played.
Yeah. What kind of trait are you wanting to create?
Just to have firm access to the ship. Can I make it that my command codes are able to kind of work for gathering any sort of information I may need in the future?
I
Part of this
would
force unlock, use my codes to kind of
I would
give
say if
myself
you
command access.
have to buy, I will say you can have the trait that lowers the difficulty if you have to do any sort of command or security bypass with the system.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Alrighty. And then you said insight, con, diff 1, complication range of 3, yes?
Complication range 2.
2, copy, okay. I'll give you, I guess, 3 threat for 4 die with investigation to focus on this one. Is that what you're saying? This one will work?
Did you give me a threat? Or 3 threat?
Yeah, going to the 4 die, I'm just asking, investigation is a focus on this one?
Yes.
Copy, okay.
Insight con.
Insight con, yeah. Not my greatest, but we'll see what happens. Hey!
Gain a momentum.
Cool.
I'll
use that bonus momentum if I have a free question to use.
Okay. As you're going through the ship's logs, nothing seems out of the ordinary, except they seem to have stopped on the edge of the Badlands to make repairs to their sensor relays, and their sensor went down for approximately 2 hours.
Okay.
That's convenient.
The other thing is they did rendezvous with a Federation starship 3 days prior to that, the USS Artemis, according to their sensor logs.
Okay.
Do their stops correlate with
Mhm.
known Maquis activity
Mhm.
in my Cardassian database?
I'm happy with allowing that bonus momentum to be used there. If you allow it, since we're working together.
Well, his is going to be a bit different spend, so.
Oh, copy. Okay.
Look here, Commander. As I call up my my logs of Maquis activity, notice these correlations here, here, and here between this ship's movements and Maquis activity. Also, I find this 2-hour sensor break very highly suspicious.
I'm a practical man, Gull. I cannot disagree that this is rather convenient. It's just shows that there's some more looking that we have to do. It could potentially be circumstantial, but I agree that it is something that is worth looking into.
Yes, well, we have a saying on Cardassia, there are no coincidences.
What is the USS Artemis doing in the region? What are they up to? And is there any reason why they would be rendezvousing with this vessel?
You are not. That will not be a momentum spend. That is going to be a roll.
Oh, copy. Okay. I guess can I use the momentum there to see if the rest of the navigational data matches up with their delivery path from what the manifest said and also what the quartermaster mentioned? The 2.5 weeks ago, dropping off the agricultural supplies.
Yeah, for the most part, yes. It everything matches up to their.
Okay, and when the Gull showed me the data on the Maquis movements, was it accurate? Right? I mean, it sure it's there, but narratively, is it correct that it looks a little
According
too
to Cardassian stuff, yes.
right? That's all I'm asking. Is that
According to his
if what
information,
he's showing us matches with the navigational logs that we have and all of that good stuff? Yeah.
yeah, according to
Obviously,
their records, but
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can't tell if it's faked at all, but yeah.
Well, if it's faked, then I faked it just now because this is the first time I'm seeing these navigation logs. I like a healthy suspicion, Commander.
Oh, I didn't say that out loud. Oh, my bad.
Let's not press the bounds of incredulity.
All right, sure. So are you going to let him do his roles, or you said there was another role for me to do? I'm just curious. Which one are we doing now?
well, if you're looking for the Artemis roles, that is another role which you have to
Right,
ship
right.
for that.
Okay. Then I think the Gull had a role, right?
The goal could assist. I was just, he's just watching you, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, this is Federation tech. Who better to break into it than the Federation?
Oh, I thought you mentioned something about doing something on your end, and then the GM mentioned that you were going to have a role for that. So I was just letting you.
No, the only other role would be if you're wanting to check on the Artemis stuff. So.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Well, the navigational data tracks the 2 hours at the end of the Badlands to repair the sensors is a little little interesting. I'll have to run that by Solok.
Do the engineering logs reflect the same?
That was going to be my
Time
next thing.
period?
I was going to run that by Solok and engineering logs to check that, but I guess I can look at that now. I feel like Solok would probably be better at it, but
Well, I mean, you can always call them, right? You do have communicators.
yep. Yeah, I mean, I'll call him and see where Solok's at. Tell him to come to the bridge to check out some engineering data. That, yeah.
1 sec. We're gonna jump over to the Navajo bridge. Okay, you're not there. You're not there, and you're not there. Your Cation science officers, Captain. We're detecting 3 vessels emerging from the Badlands.
Configuration of those vessels?
Checking now. They appear to be and signature shows consistent of Maquis raiders.
I just sure bet the Cardassians are going to pick them up at the same time.
They appear to be heading towards the Cardassian Galore class starship. And us.
See if you can raise the Maquis raiders on communications, please.
No response, sir.
Give me an open channel. Make sure they can hear me.
Open channel, sir.
Unidentified Maquis ships. This is Captain David Perone of the USS Navajo. I suggest you turn back and return from whence you came. There is a lot more heat here than you want to put up with. If you attack those Cardassian ships by treaty, I will have to aid them, whether I want to or not. This is your only warning. Back off.
Give me President's command. Post. Thread at this.
Oh, good. Maquis raiders? That's fun.
Oh,
Ooh. Well, you have a difficulty 4. Task. President's command. Difficulty 6.
I thought you said difficulty 4.
No, sorry, diff 6. I get 6 successes.
Yikes.
That's gonna hurt.
All right. I'm looking at my values. Give me a second. We've got a bunch of young officers on the bridge. I'm going to say I'm going to claim this is Perone role modeling, avoiding conflict, and try to spend towards the value I strive to be an example and guide to the next generation of officers.
For value spent, sure, I'll take that.
Okay, so spending my determination. I wish the old rules for that worked, but that's okay. 3 momentum, 3 threat for the full boat.
Okay, so you're rolling. Roll 4 dice and then just click determination, because how the dice roller works.
I feel like I know what your answer is, but I'm going to ask you as I have to. Negotiation or, strangely enough, a stretch, inspiration is a focus. I'm inspiring them to run away.
I'll take negotiation at an increased complication range.
I will take it. So complication range 2, difficulty 6, with a focus and a determination spend. Here we go.
You got it.
Great roll. What a great roll.
I
That's
am
pretty good.
definitely re-rolling that complication.
Please
You can
do.
re-roll it. Yeah, it's a fantastic roll.
Nice.
Oh, that was so good, dude.
Two momentum gained.
The Maquis just pissed their pants with
Yeah,
that.
That guy had the right idea. He wore the brown pants.
it's true. That's why security should be red shirts. They can't tell when we're bleeding. At least for the humans.
Real quick, simultaneously, I'm going to head back to the Sonia Cruz.
So I would, since we're heading back, can I have Perone tell our my young science officer there to make a record of the drive signature of those 3 ships before they get out of range?
Wait a minute. Like I'm doing this is like simultaneous. So
Okay.
Go. You get your one of your subordinate comes up. Sir, 3 Maquis vessels have been spotted exiting from the Badlands heading towards our position. What are your orders?
Taking an offensive stance and stand by to receive further orders.
Yes, sir.
And I'll call Captain Perone. Captain Perone. This is Gul Gisat.
Go Hassat. How may I help you?
I don't think it's a coincidence that there are 3 Maquis raiders now approaching us in this sector. I think they're trying to defend their supply lines. Do you concur?
That's possible. It's also possible that the Maquis are seeing this as an opportunity to use confusion or some other subterfuge as an opportunity to attack Cardassian ships or mine.
3 raiders against 3 ships of the line. Does that seem like a logical attack strategy to you?
Tell me, Gull, do you find the Maquis particularly logical?
I find the Maquis to be quite cunning and tenacious, and they don't spend themselves lightly. Certainly not for just a chance to scrape the paint on a Keldon-class cruiser.
Oh,
Or,
sure.
for that matter, a Nebula-class starship.
Well, the Maquis have done more foolish things before.
I think my points are starting to be made for me.
Well, let's see what they do, Gull. If they come in on an attack posture, as long as we are not the ones that fire first, I will aid you in capturing them. If they see what's arrayed against them and run, we've got there's a human expression called "there's bigger fish to fry." It means we've got more important things to take care of at the moment. If they see our combined forces and decide that survival is better than some suicidal run against our ships, let them go and continue our investigation. Agreed?
Just so you know, I have ordered my ships to take a belligerent stance. They are standing by. They will not initiate combat, but they will defend themselves vigorously.
I would expect nothing less. Like I said, if they attack, then they're endangering the treaty, and I will come to your aid. Let's see if today they're intelligent enough to see what's arrayed against them and run.
Very well. Cassad out. You guys are quick with the gifts, I'll tell you.
It's our superpower here.
It's usually how me and my husband communicate. I have to.
Discord makes it so easy too.
True.
Yeah, I'm the only one that does that on the Drift channel. Sometimes.
Temecula can throw some out there.
Yeah, Temec does too. Yeah. Anyhow, Captain, the Maquis Raiders are moving into a posture. They're re-entering the Badlands. They've seemed to broken off their attack run.
All right. Very good. Can we get the engineer up here to look at these logs? Or I'll call Engineer 6 to come up and look at these logs.
Solok! Solok?
Is that actually how you're calling me?
No, I haven't heard you speak in like 20 minutes, so I didn't know you were here.
Letting everybody else talk, you know.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, Caval asked you to come out to the bridge to check engineering logs.
On my way, Commander. GM, do you want to put me on the bridge, or you want me to drag my token?
We're going to make you walk.
Right, yeah. No, I left.
He's walking me through the whole ship.
It's like
Unfortunately, when you move tokens, that's what happens.
Yeah.
the Scooby-Doo scene of you opening doors to then end up on the other side of the hallway.
The ship is too big. If I walked, the movie would be over.
Yeah.
I'll put myself right here. Hold on.
Commander, we discovered that according to their logs, they met with the USS Artemis for rendezvous when they were making repairs at the edge of the Badlands to their sensors. I was hoping that you could look into their engineering logs to confirm or deny the sensor damage and to determine if their repair timing was accurate.
Certainly, Commander. And GM, what would that roll be?
Insight plus engineering. I have all this lovely threat. So let's make this a Diff 4. Complication range of 3. Yeah, I'm
Ooh,
dumping
that was
like
a
12
big
thread.
crit.
He just
Yeah.
ate all his threat.
I mean, you guys bypassed my combat seeds, so
I
gotta
mean,
make
that's
it
fair.
hard.
We did deny him combat.
Great job, Captain. Great job. All right, so you're saying complication range 3, difficulty 4. That's what it was.
Yes.
All right. I'll use a determination. May I use the value information as power?
I will take trust but verify.
Okay. Trust but verify. I'm going to be buying a die as well, so I'll be using cautious engineering. It's 4. See if I buy that, and I have my thing. I'll buy 1 die with momentum. So just for the group here, it's 3 die with determination for a difficulty 4 roll. Complication range 3. Does that make sense?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Did they change the way determination buys dice
Yeah,
in
so
second edition?
the way determination is you select 1 dice, automatically roll a 1.
All right.
So like you can still roll 2 dice, but still, one of those dice could be your 1.
Now, just a question for timing for like the executive officer ability to spend 3 momentum to get it back. Do I do that after the roll is done?
After the roll.
Okay, copy.
So in terms of what I'm doing here, am I rolling 3 die and then clicking the determination / value? Is that what I'm doing here?
How many dice are you buying?
Buying 1 die.
You're buying 1 die, so roll 2 dice and then click determination spend.
Okay, so roll 2 dice, roll the determination spend, and then I'll roll the 3rd die separate from all that, right?
No, so like the way the dice roller works is it's not updated for 2e. So when you do the perform task, you have to select the using determination value. Have that
So
selected.
roll.
Because they'll roll another dice is what they'll end up doing. So
Okay.
you're just having 2.
So roll 2 dice right now, click use determination and value, right?
Yes.
Okay. And complication range is 3?
Yes.
Okay. So for the die that I bought, because I'm wanting to roll 3 die, am I rolling that separately or no?
No, it's not being rolled separately. You should all roll it once.
It should all roll at once. Got it. Basically, it's not, I got it. It's not calculating the determination die. Got it.
Well, when you click the determination checkbox,
Then
it
it will,
automatically throws in that 3rd die as a
it
1.
adds
Yes.
the 3rd die. Got it. That's what it is. That's what it is. In terms of focus GM, I'm looking at engineering logs. So would I be able to, and it's a repair, so repairs and maintenance as a focus?
I'll take diagnostics.
Diagnostics?
Yeah, because you're going over the diagnostic records.
Okay. Rolling. I'll re-roll the complication using, cautious engineering.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right. Focus. Oh, sorry. Let me re-roll. Is a 16 a complication? I didn't add the.
No, the range is.
Yeah. Okay.
18, 19, 20.
Yeah,
18.
18, 19, 20.
All right.
Comp 5 is the 16 range, so.
Got it. Is that a success? I can't remember with all these numbers
No.
that we're throwing around.
You did not succeed.
Now, was there any way for either myself or the Gaul to assist in this role because we were present?
So by rules, you can only have 1 assist.
Yep. Yep. That's why I
If
said
any
or.
other assist has to be spent with 1 momentum.
Yeah, I said myself or the Gaul, whichever one would be the most narratively correct. So I mean,
Would probably be you.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to assist with got leadership as a focus. Is that something I can do to help him look over the logs, parse through the relevant information, kind of verbally talk through the timeline with him as he's looking through the charts?
I'll just say you can roll this with presence command.
Okay.
Still difficulty 3, right?
I just rolled one die, so.
There you
nice.
Well, that doesn't matter.
A 1 is good.
That one is good.
Gain a momentum.
Yeah, we get a momentum.
While the logs indicated that there were some sensor issues going on, it seems like looking over the logs, how the sensor data was being inputted, like that the sensor calibration going out of whack may have been deliberate.
Sorry, could you? So the sensor, what?
So, like, by logs, the way they were showing the sensor readings, like
Mhm.
how they calibrate their sensors, like
Mhm.
they had to drop out of warp, and to recalibrate their whole entire sensors. As you look through everything, it seems like how it was being like slowly degrading was deliberate.
The issue with the issue with the sensors.
Yes, was deliberate.
Just making a note of that. So the logs are saying that the issue with the sensors was deliberate, and that's why they dropped out of warp to address them.
Like, well, no, the sensors indicate that they were degrading, like how they were
Okay.
presenting the data. So they would have been drop out of warp no matter what to repair the sensors, to recalibrate them. But it looks like how it was degrading, whoever set this up, how it was degrading, was a deliberate action. Like it was like a self-sabotage job.
So self-sabotage.
Yes, somebody's down there in the center bay, turning down the resolution slowly, so they will be forced to stop for 2 hours right outside the Badlands, where the Maquis hang out.
It would seem that there is some sort of sabotage being done here based on these logs, Commander. The sensors show a degradation, and the degradation is deliberate. It would be helpful if we could ask members of the crew about this, but this degradation does show something that is interesting. I would, however, point out that sabotage is not the same thing as carrying weapons. I've already done my sweep of the engineering section and found no trace of any weapons or any hidden spaces where weapons could be held.
We do have some interesting radiation readings from one of the cargo bays, however.
That is true, and those need to be investigated as well.
You don't know that. I haven't reported it yet.
Well,
We have
my
no idea
Cardassian
about any of that.
My
Yeah,
Cardassian-
I
What are you
said
talking
you
about?
did. You don't know anything. Bluff.
Didn't I send a Cardassian with you too?
I didn't see a Cardassian with me.
Well, I didn't move
Yeah,
every
there
token.
was. I didn't move all the tokens. It's just a lot.
It doesn't mean I said anything to him. I scanned. And that was sort of like
Yeah.
the end of the thing. I haven't said a thing yet. Just clarifying.
I'll just
Maquis sympathizer. I see.
You are not my commander. I don't have to tell you, Jack.
I will say everyone is gathered at the bridge.
Alrighty then. Everyone report on your findings. We can hand wave that we've reported on everything, I guess.
No findings in engineering that are suspicious. The engines have been modified and the exterior hull has been modified over a significant period of time. No hidden hiding spaces or weapons discovered in any area that I have scanned.
found one potential strangeness with navigational logs that we'll have to follow up on. We also need to get in touch with the USS Artemis to see if they can shed some light on their rendezvous with the vessel.
And the engineering logs clearly show that there has been some sort of sabotage done on board of the vessel with the sensors, which is one of the reasons why they dropped out of warp and repaired the sensors. Lieutenant Ray, what were your findings? Or sorry, Lieutenant Rye.
Radiation, nothing conclusive. There wasn't anything in the cargo hold.
Really? What sort of radiation?
Oh, his looks could kill. Uh, alpha, beta, some gamma. Considering their cargo, nothing super conclusive.
Indeed. Interesting.
It was about the right age for when they said they left the cargo, so.
Can these radiation levels be attributed to the standard supplies that would have shown up on their manifest?
GM?
Yes.
Yeah.
Could they also have been used in to show phaser weapons or explosive devices or something along that lines?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, I figured.
Explosive devices and phaser weapons can create radiation, but there are other things that can create radiation, including elements that were in the cargo manifest.
Including the dilithium that they had. Anything could have really had those. It wasn't anything conclusive, like I said.
Precisely.
Would an isotopic analysis be useful in this particular situation?
I mean, you can read my report. This is what I've had. Doesn't seem anything unusual.
Frankly, Lieutenant, from your verbal report, I don't think your written report will have much more to say.
I found radiation that was in line with the cargo, and it's around the same age date. Nothing conclusive. No hidden compartments, nothing like that. No sign of shielding either.
Believe that your Cardassian troopers can agree if they've found anything differing from what we've brought to the table.
GM, separate. There was a Cardassian with me when I was in engineering, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just say
We
yes.
can just assume that there were Cardassians with us wherever we were, right?
Yes.
And because they didn't say anything or do anything, we can assume that they validate.
Right.
Our
Exactly.
report.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I was getting at as well.
So Locke will speak up. There were Cardassians with us for our report. If there was an error in anything we had done, your subordinates would have noted that.
Did my subordinate note that?
Yes, Gull. We conclude that their findings as well.
So we've got potential radiation in a cargo bay with an unattributed source, but your scans reveal it could be from farming equipment or weapons.
Dilithium crystals as well.
More than likely, it was
There
the
was-
dilithium crystals in that room, or some sort of reactor supplies. It could have been anything else. The findings are inconclusive, unfortunately, sir.
Can these findings be further refined?
All was in there was the radiation signature, meaning whatever device was had a small containment issue.
More than comment on runs like this where the dilithium is kept stagnant for a while. Nothing unordinary.
GM, did Gig, the Tellarite, did he do scans as well? We just didn't get to that.
I have no idea what Gig was doing. So I think Gig just stood in the mess hall area, watching
Okay.
the rest of the crew and Cardassian.
But
Just stood
we-
there looking pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, but we scanned the whole ship essentially. Is
Right,
that
yeah.
what we're-
Essentially, yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
So
Yeah, we're not finding anything conclusive of smuggling, basically, is what we're finding, as far as I can tell.
Solok speaks up and says, Commander, the only piece of evidence that we have here of something odd going on is this supposed sabotage that we received from the engineering logs. But sabotage is a very different thing from smuggling weaponry.
Correct. I think we are very far away from being able to conclude that this ship is guilty in what you say they are, Gull, but there is obviously still more threads to follow.
If I may add to that, Gull, your suspicion is warranted based upon these records of some sort of activity, but speculation and suspicion are very far from proof, and proof would be required for the actions that you have suggested.
The standard Federation vacillation, afraid to jump and make a decision. I
Not-
see. Well, then I guess interrogations are in order.
Not afraid to jump, but rather cautious to make sure that if we jump, we are jumping at the right course of action. And I believe we determined earlier that the questioning of the individuals would fall under Federation purview because they are technically more aligned with Federation citizenship, correct?
Indeed. And as there has been no proof shown that they are smuggling weapons, it would fall within our jurisdiction. We could, of course, have you present while we do an interrogation, but the interrogation would not be a Cardassian one.
I don't think I'm prepared to accept that.
That is illogical.
I'm afraid you're going to have to elaborate further then. You believe that you are within your rights to interrogate them on your own?
I
or take the
believe that
lead?
we have enough suspicious activity here to warrant a deeper investigation, not another Federation cover-up as they, shield their Maquis operatives.
We are not intending any sort of cover-up. We agree that there is still questioning to be had, but the Cardassian methodology is not the correct way to go about handling it at this point in time. That is the only disagreements that we have.
Have you ever been interrogated by a Cardassian?
No. I fare rather well. I'm not captured easily.
And what makes you think you know what Federation or what Cardassian interrogation techniques are like?
Well, just in the same way that you are assuming that our questioning techniques will be ineffective. We're simply a differing of opinion.
See, back in the Federation War 20 years ago, I experienced Federation interrogation. I'm well versed in Federation interrogation, and frankly, I don't see how it works on anyone. Except maybe they kept trying to get me to drink this sickeningly sweet stuff. What did you call it? Coffee? God, I'd have torn my tongue out rather than have another cup of that drick.
Right. Well, we won't be serving them refreshments if that's what you're worried about. Allow me to contact the Navajo. We can attempt to get in touch with the USS Artemis. I think it would be prudent for us to talk with the captain of this vessel to attempt to learn more of their doings. Perhaps the chief engineer as well.
Indeed. Nice roll.
Thank you.
Can I call the captain on the Navajo, see if we can look into the Artemis thread while we continue on the ship? I'll step away. Radio to Captain Perone. Captain, this is Commander Cavall.
Go ahead, Commander.
We're following the thread of this ship. It appears that they stopped for a couple of hours near the Badlands to work on some sensor repairs. Commander Solak has determined that the sensor repairs or the damages may have been purposeful. In addition, however, it appears that they rendezvoused at some point during that time with the USS Artemis. I have no data on this end as to why, the nature of that rendezvous, what the Artemis was doing in this sector of space. I was hoping that you could look into it on the Navajo while we continue interacting with the crew on board the ship here.
I'll see if I can contact him. How's it looking over there, Commander?
Difference of opinions, but nothing that isn't expected or handled. We are working rather well together, I do say.
Good. What's your take on this? Were they smuggling?
Inconclusive. The only thing that is overtly suspicious is that they did stop by the Badlands for a couple of hours to conveniently repair their sensors, which may or may not have been a purposeful distractionary technique, perhaps. Everything else we've determined, we've found no hidden compartments on the vessel, and the radiation that we discovered in the cargo hold could be attributed to their standard cargo that was on their manifest. Their navigational charts indicate that they dropped off all of the correct supplies at the correct locations according to all information we've seen so far. I believe that if the question of the stopping of the Badlands is not conclusive, then the data here is inconclusive unless we get a confession from someone, or we track down every stop that they took on the way.
I doubt the Cardassians would be amenable to a long-term investigation of that type.
Indeed, their goal has pushed the idea of wishing for them to lead the interrogations, as he calls it. We've kept him at bay for now. I'll let you know if things alter.
All right, perhaps, have you had a chance to interview the crew yet?
Briefly with some of the quartermaster's standard crew, but we're planning on speaking with the captain and most likely the chief engineer presently.
Perhaps you and Gul Kasat could interview them individually together. See if their stories match. Get each of them isolated and see if you can find any inconsistencies, or hopefully you'll find consistencies that will shore up their story.
Of course, Captain. I'll get on that right away. Let me know if you hear anything from the Artemis.
Will do. Well done so far. But we're not out of the woods yet.
Understood. We'll keep you updated. Cavall out. And then I think we got to start chatting with the crew. See if all their stories line up.
Let's head over to the Navajo. Believe you're gonna check on the Artemis.
Yeah, he'll have operations officer see if she can locate the Artemis, and if they're within communication range, see if we can get in contact with them.
Actually, let's make this a reason plus con difficulty 2 roll. Assisted by the ship's computer's con.
Okay. I'll spend a momentum for a third die.
Well, you have a helm officer. They could pull the records up.
Yeah, Vogel's still on the ship, right?
Yeah. I roll for the ship if you want.
I will take that roll. I meant to just close the
Yeah, no, honestly,
I'll take that roll.
pretty good there. Yeah.
Do you spend a momentum?
Yes.
All right, pretty good squad.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that puts you at 5 total momentum. Currently, I'll send you something actually.
Mic test.
Test successful.
Huzzah.
Nice.
Since it cut out earlier, I'm going to be paranoid, so I'm checking it like every couple of minutes.
Yep.
I understand.
Totally valid. Yeah.
Do the cough test. There, mic's working.
Discord does have a test your mic function, so I go in there and test it every few minutes now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Probably just have to update the drivers for my audio interface.
I feel like I've had to do that so much more frequently in the past like 3 months. I feel like I've done that more in the past 3 months than I did in the past like the year before.
Yeah, I think Windows just had like a big update, so it threw
Yeah.
all the auto crap out of whack.
Do you want to spend 2 momentum for additional info?
Yes, please.
Looks like Captain's getting an information dump.
Yeah.
All the exposition.
Yes, I can make my pie gluten free.
Right. The Artemis was asking.
If this were Game of Thrones, someone would have to get naked.
It's true, yeah.
Not it.
And we'd all be related to each other. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, pain. Just so much pain.
I think I've only ever watched 3
All right, your mic went out there.
That was
I was
hilarious.
bored out of my mind.
Your mic went out there. Now you're back. Now you're back.
Oh, no.
Does it work now?
Yeah,
Yes.
you're good.
Yes, for now.
It
yes.
literally was. I think I've only ever watched 3.
Yeah, right.
That was it.
Sounded like you were executed live. Like,
Sounds like it. Yeah, no, I only ever watched 3 episodes of Game of Thrones, and I was bored out of my mind with it.
Mm.
My biggest complaint with Game of Thrones is that last season was subpar, and the way
yeah.
the author is going,
Yep.
we'll never know how it really ended. I think he's just screwing with the fans and never
yeah.
write that last book.
I have a dark theory that was how the last book was going to end, and he gave them like early access to it.
No,
And then he was so unhappy with it.
no,
He's
that's actually
rewriting.
how. No, that's actually exactly how it was supposed to end. They guessed the ending, and he told them that
Mhm.
that's how it was supposed to end. And though he is he takes his time on everything. So, but there's been a lot of backlash. So there's a lot of rumors floating around that. But they did correctly guess the proper ending for that whole entire book series.
And he also he collaborated with them throughout the whole making of the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's essentially how it ends. I mean, maybe if you like certain details of it in a book, would be a
Right,
little-
yeah. And I think
But-
that's why it's taking the book so long, because he's like rewriting everything.
Well, you know, maybe Brandon Sanderson will finish it for him.
That's right.
It was the perfectly logical ending. There was plenty of evidence throughout the seasons to show you that Daenerys was a crazy ass bitch. No matter
I
how
agree.
much.
I actually agree with that. I think there was a lot. I agree.
Did you guys see that Brandon Sanderson, he's making a TTRPG? A Cosmere RPG, they call it?
No.
Yeah.
It looks very
Yeah,
interesting.
apparently it's based on each of the. We have one book for each of the worlds.
Yeah, so Stormlight. And, yeah, looks pretty interesting.
Is the Dragons show any good? The House of Dragons?
I'm a
enjoy
sucker
it.
for it. Yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah.
Mm.
I didn't watch really Game of Thrones, so I haven't watched it. So no.
I didn't watch any of Game of Thrones, and then before the final season, I binge watched. I guess it was seasons 1 through 7
Sure.
over like a period of like months or whatever, and
Yeah.
it was great. It was great. I mean, it was
I
really
kind of
great.
lost hope once they killed Sean Bean. I'm not gonna lie.
But
Yeah,
Sean Bean, that's part of the course for him, man.
It was really interesting to just watch it straight through, like
Yeah.
not because I didn't know anything about like what was happening. I just watched
Yeah.
it straight through, and that was a completely different experience than my brother, who had
Right.
read the books, who had watched the show as episodes had come out, was all involved in social media,
Sure,
like
yeah.
finding out about it. Like so, there's a whole different experience that I had than
Yeah.
you know.
Binging is totally different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
When the first season came out, and my ex and I decided we would read the book before we watched
Oh,
the
wow.
series.
Yeah.
So we read the book, then we watched the first series, then we read the rest of the books.
Uh-huh.
Well, the next
Yeah.
Right.
4 books.
4 books, yeah.
And then we had to wait a
Mhm.
year for the series to come out, and then a week, and I
Right.
couldn't talk about it at work because I didn't have HBO, so I had to pirate it. And
Yeah, right.
I could only watch it on Mondays, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Yeah, I just had to have this bubble built around my office at work.
Right.
No Game of Thrones talk. within
spoilers,
20 feet
yeah.
of this place.
Yeah.
Until Tuesday.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, but I mean, there's a lot of streamlining. There's a lot of stuff in the book that didn't make it in.
Yeah.
Understandable.
The important parts made it in. The red wedding,
Mhm.
the purple wedding, perfect.
Mhm.
Yep. Beautiful.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
my friend did make me watch the Red Wedding. I did see that.
Yeah,
I don't know what
that's
it's in.
probably the best scene in the whole series. Is the
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, because she wanted me to watch that scene, and then she showed me the scene where creepy.
Joffrey?
No.
No.
I watched the Red Wedding
Creepy who?
because
Joffrey.
what's his name? Oh, he played the
Littlefinger?
creepy guy in Harry Potter too. He was the creepy incest guy. That doesn't narrow it down.
Jamie?
No, he
He's
he
not
was
there. I'm trying to think.
the one that the kid was supposed to marry. His daughter. He's Frey. Walter Frey.
Walter Frey. Yeah, you watched
Walter Frey.
She watched.
the killing scene.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I had to watch the Red Wedding because I had to watch how they came back around and he got killed by
Right.
Yeah.
the young daughter.
But yeah,
Because she thought
Arya,
that was the coolest thing.
Arya.
So I watched those
Arya.
scenes. Arya, yeah. I watched
The
those
best
scenes, and
character.
I will admit it was pretty cool. But
I'll tell you.
call me a tenderfoot. I like my fantasy optimistic.
The purple wedding
Yeah.
was just a nerdgasm payoff
Yeah, absolutely.
because you
Fantastic.
hated that character. You
Yeah.
hated him.
Yep.
Period. There was no redemption arc for that guy. He was irredeemable, and he got what he deserved.
That poor actor Jack Gleason or whatever got absolutely just shit on for it, man.
Oh,
People
yeah.
hated him.
He did such a good job.
He's a wonderful actor.
Nice guy. I met
great.
him a couple times at Dragon Con. Super cool.
Swear I have a combat chirp.
Chirp, chirp.
Oh, there it is.
Whose
Kivo,
comment is that?
yours.
Oh,
What's going on?
okay. This is Caval.
Wallace is Perone. Are you secure?
30 seconds, and I'll walk to another spot where I'm alone. And be like, clear, go ahead.
I'm sending you an image, and Perone will send name and picture to Cabal.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Artemis is AWOL at the moment.
AWOL?
I can't get any details. It's sealed at the Admiralty level. But apparently their first officer is aboard the Sonia Cruz. That's her.
Is she undergoing a mission?
Unknown.
What are your orders? Non-confrontation or questioning?
See if you can verify that she's there among the crew. And then find a way to get to talk to her alone. Find out what the hell's going on over there.
Understood. I'll be in touch. What does the image look like? Is it a human woman or what do we got?
It's Carr. We thought he was a dude, but he's not.
Right.
I'm kidding.
R short for Carol.
Give me I want to say insight medical. Or no, we can make this insight security diff 1.
To look at the photo?
Yeah, to notice like features, like trying to figure out which, species.
Oh, okay.
Did you see the face that you have to face now?
Right. You said
Insight
inside security. Okay,
Yeah.
Copy. Investigation as a focus?
No.
Really? Okay. I'm investigating someone's features to be able to pick them out in the crowd. Right? Isn't that the whole basis of this role?
Well, I thought you were getting what you want to know what the species they are.
Well, I'm just asking. There was
Never
a photo
mind.
attached, right? Photo and name. I just want to.
Well, okay. So if you're gonna
at the
go by
person.
that, if you're doing it that way, then you need to go into the other room, like, and look to where all the crew is gathered.
Oh, see, I thought you were trying to get him to remember. If you remember seeing the face, because he was already in the room. That's
Or
No,
what
I just wanted
was.
to. I just wanted to just get verbal confirmation of what I'm looking at. Like, I heard female
face.
officer. I just. So is it a human face? Is it a Antorian face? Is it a?
I mean, did the captain send a photo?
That's what he said. That's what I'm asking. Yeah.
Oh. Well, then I'll just send you the photo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just trying to get a visual confirmation of what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I sent name and photo to him.
Yeah. Okay, copy. There we go. That's all I needed. Alrighty. Cool. Well, I'll go back into the bridge with the rest of all of the gang. Be like, I guess the door. Can I open it? All right. I have the Navajo looking into the USS Artemis. I think it's prudent now for us to begin questioning, speaking with the crew. Does everyone agree? Oh. GM stepped away, so I guess we'll back to House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones talk.
I will say that how much you want to say how much of an academic nerd I am. I actually like the book that House of the Dragon is based on because it reads a history. It reads like a history.
Fire
book.
and Blood is so good.
That's what I liked about it.
Oh, I love it. It's one of my favorite ones. I absolutely love that book. I love that they touch on the idea that like different people at different points were writing about the same event. I was like, oh, that makes me so happy.
Is that what he was doing instead of finishing the series?
Yeah. I think when did Fire and Blood come out? I think late 10s.
I tell you, after
Can't
those
remember when that came out.
after those last two from the Game of Thrones, the pacing was so abysmal.
Yeah.
That I never want to read anything he's written again.
Yeah, I think Fire and Blood came out in like 2017, 2016, something like that.
My Starfleet crew abandoning us? Or are we
No,
being dragged out?
I think the GM is back, right?
Yeah, he's back. He's moving us.
We're being dragged off.
Yeah, you're being dragged off.
Okay.
New
guys could
scene.
Yeah, new scene. So go down one momentum.
That's the dumbest rule in the whole book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I haven't even read second edition yet.
Oh, just wait till you get to the shaken stuff for ship combat.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We've got a winner.
I think I'll
Like-
wait for my book.
There's a part that's
and
really
I-
confusing. So
Yeah.
but we'll leave it at that.
Overall, I love the new rule changes. Like, I really do like them. It's just that shaken stuff, they could have left that out.
Well,
Or they could just define it better. Like that's my issue.
Next edition, guys. Next edition. They'll work on it. They're good at that.
They'll just release a supplemental book that you have to buy. Is what they'll do.
Exactly.
well,
You got to
that
buy
is
the
their-
DLC to figure out what's going on in the rulebook.
That is their model, sell books for you to buy.
Okay.
I can't really fault them for that.
All right.
True.
So you're interrogating the crew now.
Interrogation is a strong word. We are
Questioning.
respectfully questioning.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you. Much better. Much better.
Separately, we should discuss these things with them separately. My Cardassian troops that have been here have been keeping them quiet so they can't, adjust their stories accordingly. Just so you know.
Prudent prudent event. Out of respect, I would. Oh, go ahead.
And we should interview them. I'm using your Federation term here. We should interview them separately. And, take one out of the room, interview him, and not bring him back.
I was with you for the first half of your.
I'm
You
not
are
saying to kill them.
you are suggesting holding them in a different area of the ship, correct?
Correct. Yes.
I would agree. I think we should probably start with the captain of this vessel.
He's already being held someplace else.
It feels a logical place to begin.
All right.
Commander, will you be handling the interviewing yourself?
Yes, I think myself and the Gull should be more than capable of chatting with the individuals. But by all means, you all can be present. If you have any other questions, feel free.
I can remain here, Commander. If since you are the expert in interviewing, as you say, it would probably be best if you went yourself.
Excuse me. It seems like you wish to question all of us, but are we being charged with anything?
No.
Then I request you formally.
Who is saying this?
This is Carr.
Okay.
I may be the quartermaster, but I am also the first officer of this ship. You are currently violating our rights as Federation citizens.
I feel like out of game that would probably be an incorrect statement, right? Considering they are getting investigated, right? There's been an accusation for them,
but there have been no formal charges, and there is no proof of any wrongdoing whatsoever, except for the sabotage. That is the only thing that we could potentially charge them with, which would not involve on the sabotage of their own ship, which is a Federation ship, I believe. Correct?
It's a merchant vessel, but it's owned privately.
It's a privately owned vessel. Yeah.
Yes.
So there is really nothing that we can charge them with in terms of Federation charges.
Well, there's plenty we can charge them with Cardassian charges.
Well, they are Federation citizens, so that would fall
neutral
under.
Space.
Yeah. I mean, we're saying all this out of character here.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm above board on
basically, But basically, to answer Caval's question, if we're not charging them with anything, we have to let them go according to the law.
That's not accurate.
I don't think that's correct.
They're not currently being detained. The ship is being lawfully inspected by 2 treaty members of the treaty in an area, the space that they both serve. We are within our rights as sovereign governments of the Federation and the Cardassian Union to inspect suspect vessels. That's what we're doing. We will interview the people in due course as it goes on. They're not being detained. They haven't been charged with a crime yet, but that can quickly and rapidly change.
Do you work in outside of this? Do you work in law enforcement?
I do not.
Okay. In terms of law enforcement, I'm just talking purely of law enforcement here. They are being detained because there's a tractor beam on their vessel, so they are being detained. If you are being detained in some way, but there is no charges being filed, essentially what you're doing is you can interview them, right? So there has to be probable cause for any type of illegal activity, and right now the only probable cause that we have is that they sabotage their own vessel.
That is sabotage is a crime, is it not?
Sabotaging their own vessel, not necessarily a crime.
Well, the other way to look at it is one of these individuals may have sabotaged the vessel, which is a crime. True. We don't know that it was a orchestrated event by all parties involved, right?
And that's where it comes back to what Caval wants to do here, which
Right.
is if this guy Carr is saying, look, either charge us with something or let us go, which is if you're taking somebody to a police station to interview them, they don't have to be interviewed at all.
Right, correct.
They
yeah.
basically can leave if you're not charging them with anything. So
Right.
if you're forcibly keeping them here without charging them anything, that's potentially a problem.
Yeah, but there's still time. There's a time factor as well.
Right.
True.
So GM.
So far, we're still in only hours.
Right. So GM, I guess the question I was posing was, is his assessment incorrect or correct? Are his rights being infringed upon or not?
I mean, I can make a law roll if you'd like.
Technically, you'll need to make a law roll for this because I don't feel it. And then I'll tell you the answer. But go ahead and just give me like an insight con roll, difficulty 1. If you have a law focus, you'll use that.
Copy. You want me? Yeah.
That's terrible. That's a terrible roll.
Copy. Okay.
But successful nonetheless.
I mean, as far as Gul Kasat, like he's within his rights because Cardassian justice system is very thorough and so
Cardassians are already guilty.
yeah, like you're guilty.
Suspects are
You're already
guilty before they're
proven innocent.
Otherwise, why would they be suspects?
No. The guilty comes after the investigation.
Yeah, exactly.
We're in the midst of the investigation. Then we'll find them guilty.
Mhm.
I mean, technically, we are holding them in suspicion of a crime. Questioning them is a valid step in that process.
Right. So, was I? So
for Cardassian law, for the goal, he's well within his rights to.
Okay, so I can roll as well, right?
Yes, but you'll be rolling for the Federation side thing. So
okay, copy. All right. I guess I'll give you a threat. All right, well, I got it.
I need to roll more prisons in command with this guy.
I'll just say this out. Technically, no, you're not violating his rights. However, they can refuse questioning without legal until they get legal representation.
Yeah, that's
And legal
That's
representation all the way out here.
yeah, but we're still within our rights to at least initiate the questioning. So
That's true. They don't have to answer. Well, under Federation law.
all right, then I'll give them the Starfleet version of the Miranda rights, whatever that may or may not be.
Well, if you're giving him his Miranda rights, that means you're
Arresting them.
You're arresting them. So you have to you have to tell them what they're being charged with.
That's true. Good point. Yeah.
Technically, you can request that he come in for questioning, but it is not something you would Mirandarize for.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can be like, in the state of events, you are being brought in for questioning. You're not being arrested. You are just being questioned related to the events as they are.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I mean,
I know more cop stuff. stuff.
Sure, yeah,
We'll all
go
be taking the bar exam after this.
yeah, exactly. Everybody help.
I'll go with a cop. I know things.
Notes, yeah.
I want to watch a cop shows.
My uncle was cop, border patrol, and is now a parole officer. Ask me anything.
I was arrested once. Does that count?
Actually, yeah, you have a knowledge of legal procedures.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Well, I'll inform the lovely gentleman. We, blah blah blah. I'll do the whole rundown. We're not gonna keep getting stuck in the weeds here. We'd like to get to the bottom of the situation. So we would request that each of you come and meet with us for some brief questions. You are capable of refusing if you wish.
All of them look at each other and they remain silent as Car speaks up. I think we'll choose to not cooperate any further. We will not be answering any questions.
I see. Well, I'll step out of the room. Be like, well, in the event or in the interest of not breaking my own organization's laws, they are technically within their rights to refuse the questioning. I will go and attempt to speak with the captain. If you would like to accompany me, Goal.
Certainly.
Let's go find where this guy is.
He is down this hallway.
One more
I
hallway
think.
over.
One-way hallway over.
Go left.
No.
Always go left.
Oh my
Damn, the
gosh.
lights suck in this ship, huh? Oops, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to close the door on you.
Sure you didn't.
Don't mind the blood. He was like that way when we found him.
Kamal, you can see he's been, well, seems like he's received some first aid treatment, but he definitely looks like he's been kind of, punched a few times.
Sure.
Goal is all yours. Kind of.
Captain, please state your name for the record.
I'm prepared not to do a Russian accent.
Where's Kovar when you need him? Excuse me, Drago.
Captain Leskov Yurievich Vinsky.
Huh? You're gonna have to type that for my notes.
You can call me Yuri.
Yuri, I am Gul Kisat. This is Commander
Cabal.
Cabal. Yeah.
It's okay. I don't take offense.
We have some questions about the trip of your fine ship here. Do you mind answering some questions for us?
If you
Reassure
treat
you, it's-
all of your freighter captains this way, I don't. No.
It is well within your best interest to cooperate with the questioning.
Look, I pick up supplies and I deliver them.
And what did you pick up or deliver to the Artemis?
You've cleared the Artemis. They dropped off one of their crew members.
Oh, why is that?
Some sort of disagreement.
Commander, is that something Starfleet does a lot?
It is definitely not standard protocol to leave a crewman marooned with a civilian vessel. I can concur on that point.
What happened to your sensors? We see you had some problems with your logs there.
Damn sensor. Sure. Don't, don't buy Ferengi. Well, don't buy equipment from Ferengi. Untrustworthy. Then he spits out some blood.
Were you aware that they were sabotaged?
I figures. Ferengi probably wants me to come back.
They were sabotaged while you were underway. How would a Ferengi accomplish that?
They've always degraded from time to time. We had to make stops and fix them.
Was this before or after you picked up the Federation officer?
After.
I see. And is the Federation officer Nightingale?
Who's Nightingale? I don't know no Nightingale.
Is that true, Captain? I will be menacing when I ask him that.
Menacing. Oh, I gotta remember
One might
this.
say intimidating.
Intimidating.
You know, like presence and command
Oh,
with a focus
you
on
have-
intimidation.
Yeah.
So you have
Intimidating.
you have the healthy suspicions ability, which you can give me one threat to see if an NPC is lying about something.
Yes, have a threat. My character doesn't need to survive the day.
True.
Thank you.
Like, I'm a guest star. Ha ha ha.
Ah!
No, he's not lying.
He's not lying. He doesn't know who Nightingale is.
I would like to know who Nightingale is. Is it pertinent information?
We believe that Nightingale is the supply contact for one of the local Maquis cells.
I see.
I
Do
have-
you have suspicion to believe that this Nightingale is a Federation officer, or
I'm rather thinking that it's that Federation officer we have in holding right now. But that is mere conjecture on my part. We have no solid knowledge of the identity of Nightingale. Just rumors that we've been hearing. You understand.
I see. Understandable. Captain Yuri, from the top of your mind, can you tell us the most recent cargo drops off that you did?
Last one was at the Reacher colony, about 10 light years from here. Medical supplies and farming equipment was our last stop.
Very good.
FY, you were there, so you know the situation. That's colony.
Right. And that was the same thing that the quartermaster said earlier, correct?
Yes.
Copy. When the Artemis dropped off the officer, did they further explain what the difference of opinion was? And why did they drop them off to you?
We were in the area. You can check sensor logs. They passed us by a few days prior to our interception.
I see. when you were halted for your repairs by the Badlands, were you contacted by any other vessels in the time during your repairs?
Uh, just empty space. And a raging storm to our starboard.
And how would you know if your sensors were down?
I could see it in the windows. Made nice cover in case pirates decided to jump on us while we were making repairs.
Am I aware of any pirate activity in this area?
Yeah.
Oh,
good
there's always
question.
pirate activity in this area. So,
I guess when the time would happen, would that sensor kind of thing correlate at all to any of the data that we received recently with all the weird stuff going on?
uh,
Just corroborating the.
yes.
Okay, copy. So he was just in the right area looking at the same thing that we were seeing on sensors. Copy.
Which officer was dropped off by the Artemis?
I believe her name was Kier, former commander.
Former commander?
She said she resigned after she hit her captain.
Huh.
Resigned after striking her captain. I should think that would be too late for a resignation.
Sorry.
On that, you and I agree, Cole. Yeah.
No, sorry. I rephrase. She struck her cap. She hit her captain and then resigned. So
That's a forgiving captain.
Yeah. Interesting.
I guess he was too pissed off to take her somewhere else, or at least forgiving enough that he decided to. Well,
On or off on you.
yeah.
Nonetheless, that is still a baffling breach of protocol in multiple different factors.
Indeed. How long has your crew served with you?
Oh, long time. Haley's the newer one.
Who's the newer one?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I misspoke. I'm trying to remember names. Lois Palmer. She's new. So is Tony. But they're all good crew. Everyone else has been at least on here for over 5 years.
Where did you pick up the new crew members from?
Oh, they've been here. They've been serving at least 2 years.
Oh, so new is relative.
That's new. I told you new. They're new. Well, time is relative, like Einstein said.
How long ago was the demilitarized zone founded?
Oh, it's relative. A year ago.
A year ago? Okay. Did any of the crew come from those planets?
No. Most of us are from Earth, except well, the bully and then my first officer, Carr.
The Tellarite.
Yes. Good guy. Always likes to argue. That's why I like him.
Funny, he doesn't want to talk to us at all. Seems unlike a Tellarite.
Not our first time being stopped by Cardassians. Always hospitable, you Fokar.
Well, let's make the questioning a little direct. The Gaul here has reason, in his eyes, to believe that you have been working with the Marquis in smuggling weapons and other supplies.
Well, that's one way to get rid of my license and ship. Also spend some quality time either in a Cardassian enslavement camp or New Zealand.
Labor camp, thank you very much.
Just call it
Work
how
will
I
set you free.
call it how I see it. I heard people don't come back from those places.
Many of them go on to become productive citizens of the Union. By many, I mean 2.
So then, Captain, you dispute that accusation, and you say that you have no involvement in such trade.
Look, you've scanned my ship. You've searched my logs. Did you find anything?
Yes. Yes, we have.
Well, then, judging by your words, I am guilty, huh?
You are certainly suspicious. You are guilty enough in my eyes.
Leave it to a Cardassian to always show guilt before innocence.
It what is the word I'm looking for? That word is just gone from my head.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
It's just gone.
A word decides that it's no longer part of your vocabulary, and it flies away.
It reassures the populace, because you never send a innocent person to trial.
So always the guilty are guilty in your eyes. What a wonderful system.
I would think that is self-evident.
In Russia, we used to practice such systems long ago.
And when did you stop?
After, well, I'm not sure if we ever really stopped. But after the Federation came into being, things sort of lightened up.
Yes, and now there's no longer a Russia.
There is still a Russia. Always will be a Russia.
So then, as captain of this vessel, you can vet all members of your crew, and you are confident in saying that none of them worked without your knowledge to do any clandestine operations aboard your vessel. Is that correct?
I trust my crew complicit. Known them for, well, at least several years, the rest a long time. Would not have survived this long if I was not incapable of trusting my own crew. It's a way to die real quickly.
And you trust your Federation passenger?
She's no longer here. She's gone. Got off 2 weeks ago. During first drop.
Is that true?
You gave me a threat.
What is that noise?
It's a door.
Sorry, that's me opening a door. Sorry.
Yeah, is that true?
Is the goal giving me a threat?
Yes.
Yeah. It's what he's saying is true.
So she's not on board. Where did you drop her off?
Said first drop.
And that was
You have logs.
okay.
Well,
Jim,
we're
what do
asking
the logs
you,
tell me?
right? What does the log say?
The log says their first drop was the Retra colony.
The Reacher colony.
Oh, the log that it says the first one was the freighter assembly station. That's why I was confused.
Oh, well, sorry. I'm
Because
thinking
I
like
didn't know.
relative terms, like the last drop. So like, because that's when the last drop was the colony. So
Oh, the last drop, not the
yeah,
first drop.
yeah.
Oh, okay,
Sorry.
okay. Copy. No, you're good.
The first thing you saw on the actual,
Sure.
as you're going
Okay.
backwards in the list.
Okay, gotcha.
I misspoke. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Do I have any Cardassian knowledge on that colony?
It is a it's not. It's an independent colony, but colonized by a bunch of former Federation citizens.
Sure.
So
Is it on the Federation side or the Cardassian side?
it is in
Or is it? It's in the DMZ.
no, it is up by New Haven. So it's up more closer to Zinkethi space, out in the middle of nowhere. It's just north of the Badlands
Interesting.
on the
Okay.
map. Well, more galactic center, more towards the galactic center.
Free
past-
space, essentially,
yes,
right?
It's in free space, essentially.
Did he say a name of the XO or the Federation passenger person?
Yeah, he said Commander Kier.
Commander Kier. Is that the same name I received?
Yes.
Did you say they was on Freehaven?
It's a colony I made up. It's south. It's towards the Galactic Rim from Freehaven. It's towards the. It's just past the Badlands. So like, it's away from Cardassian space. So just so you know.
Okay. I'm looking at a map.
I made it up. The location. Just so you
Okay.
know.
No, that's fine. I'm just trying to get my bearings here.
The banks. Yep. Well, Gall, do you have anything else for the captain?
No. I think the captain is probably ignorant or looking the other way, and it's one of his crew members. I think we need full background checks on all of them to find out which one might be McKee's sympathizer. He's probably the one that's arranging these supply drops. And probably is responsible for the failure of the sensors.
Well, according to his testimony, I guess we've walked out, so we're not talking about this in front of him. I guess, according to his testimony, the fault of the sensors is most likely a engineered one that the Ferengi have placed in the system. I can state that we interacted with these Ferengi not long ago, and they were discovered to be selling individuals faulty equipment with bogus contracts.
I think a competent engineer could probably verify that.
Well, Commander Solok did verify that it was intentional degradation of the sensor array. So it would stand to reason that intentional decay would have been placed during construction, potentially.
I will admit that it is a possibility, but I'm also saying that a competent engineer could look into that sensor array's innards and determine whether that is in fact a feature and not a bug.
Do you have a competent engineer on the ship with us currently?
I have engineer number 6. Do you not also have your chief engineer on board?
But yes, that's how we discovered the problem.
He only looked at the logs. I suggest a review of the sensors themselves. See what I'm saying?
By all means, then let's send both of our competent engineers together.
Logs can be falsified. If the engineers look at the sensors and see that they are not designed to go out of calibration every 6 months, like they were built by Apple or something, then we'll know.
I know, I agree. We're saying the same thing. Yes, let's get
Right.
our competent engineers and send them to go take a peek.
Number 6. Please
Solok.
review sensors and verify that they are in fact not designed to fail every so on the regular.
Yeah, I'll see if Solok can. I'll call to Solok. Yeah, Captain claims that it was a device purchased by our friends, the Ferengi, and that he claims the sensors were constructed to fail prematurely. I'm sure with our history with the Ferengi and your engineering expertise, you and engineer number 6 can determine if that is correct or not.
When you say our friends, the Ferengi, are you referring to Ferengi in general or specific Ferengi that we know of, sir?
I believe I do have it confirmed that it was probably the same Ferengi, right? Was that correct, GM? You mentioned that earlier.
He just said a Ferengi. He didn't say, your Ferengi friend. He just said a Ferengi. So
No, I know. But there was something earlier about you mentioning that we had been to that colony. Is that the one that we were at?
Yes, that was the one you were at. So you do know that
Right.
they're in dire need of like equipment and stuff. So it would make sense that a merchant vessel would go out there to try and deliver things for them. And
right.
Considering they are a Federation merchant marine vessel, they've more likely been tasked by the Federation to deliver humanitarian aid as well as what you did, but they would have done it not the sensitive supplies.
Sure.
So because it takes them longer to get from location to location than your ship.
And then I guess all Solok and Engineer 6 are doing that.
Well, I'm waiting for an answer to my question.
Oh,
you.
Yeah. Oh, the Ferengi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, are we role playing this? I was actually asking this of Caval.
Oh, no, just Ferengi. It could be the same Ferengi that Dara? What was the name? Danon? I don't know.
Damon Grell.
Damon Grell. Yeah. It potentially could be Damon Grell. We know that he is a Ferengi trade ship operating the area, but there's no way for us to precisely confirm that fact.
So you're wanting me to check the sensor array to see if it was intentionally sabotaged by the Ferengi in general? Is there a reason why Ferengi are involved in this conversation, sir?
Yes, like I said, the captain claims that the sensor array, he purchased it from Ferengi, and that the reason for it being showing that it was meant to fail was because the Ferengi sold him goods that were not correctly built, and they were built with the intent to fail, so that the Ferengi could exploit some clause in a contract, like we dealt with Damon Grell.
Understood, sir. I will check the sensor array.
Give me reason plus engineering.
Difficulty?
Difficulty of 2. I'll make it comp 2.
Difficulty 2, complication 2. I will buy a die with momentum.
And you'll have 1 assist from your friendly Cardassian operator.
Cardassian.
Yeah, which literally has like a 1 in engineering. So
nice, they're a professional engineer. All right.
All right, so I can use diagnostics with this as a focus.
Yeah.
So 3 die with a focus. Complication 2, correct?
Yes.
There you go.
Wowzers.
Boom.
Nice.
Well, 3 momentum gain.
Live long and prosper, baby.
You didn't get any help from 6 because we do not buy stuff from the Ferengi.
Right.
Why would anyone buy this antiquated equipment? This makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah, this is a secondhand sensor array. It has, you literally look at it, it's like, okay, whoever, like, it's been hodgepodge together from different components, so everything always constantly goes out of alignment. Hence the reason why it seems like it's always self-sabotaging.
Got it. So it would provide an explanation for why it would look like it was sabotage, correct?
Correct.
Got it. I contact Commander Cavall and I explain exactly what you said to him. And I end with, it is very possible that the sabotage that we are assuming is simply because of the nature of this technology, which is antiquated and quite illogically put together, if I may add, sir. This is
very
a...
good.
It's like someone
this-
took a sensor array and jury rigged it and made the jury rig permanent. So
Mhm.
it's
Oh,
always
nice.
like trying. It's like always like wanting to break. So they always have to realign it.
That's the illogic of it.
Yeah.
It does not look like the most intelligent way to put a sensor array together, but it would explain why the sensor array failed without someone intentionally sabotaging it.
Indeed.
Very good. Thank you, Commander. Your skills never disappoint.
Thank you, Commander.
Well, Gaul, seems the captain was at least telling the truth on that regard.
Indeed. I will allow that point. Thank you, Captain. You've been very helpful.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. So you're going to get off my ship now. I need to make repairs to the engines, unless your very efficient engineers wish to undo the damage they did.
What damage have my engineers done to your engines?
They fired on my engines. I'm dead in the water. Water. It would be water? Yeah, we're dead in the water.
Yeah, right.
As a linguist, this kind of hurts.
All right then, very well. I will have an engineering come by to repair your engines. I think that is the least that I can do for you. You've been so helpful. I will, of course, have my engineers install any number of tracking devices.
Oh, you meant to say that part, I think, quieter.
Of
That
course,
Yeah.
that was an aside.
Yeah.
But I'm going to leave a couple of overt ones out there too, so they can find them. You know,
Okay.
the one disguised as a smiley face. You know, that's
Right.
clearly a tracking device.
And then can I go look in the main the mess area? See if anybody looks like the picture of Officer what's her name?
Yeah, for the time, I'm gonna say
Look
no.
Copy, yeah.
They're not on board. She's not
Okay,
on board.
all right.
Just FYI.
Alrighty. Yeah, no, I figured that much. Just wanted to double check. I will, I guess at that point, let the captain know. Go back to Captain Perone. Just let him know, hey, she ain't on board, Chief. And I'll let him know where the captain says they dropped them off, which was that New Haven, right?
No, the Reacher colony.
Oh, okay, copy. So she was dropped off at the place with the tools and the machinery for farming and terraforming efforts. Okay.
Well, it seems that this investigation it appears to be at a dead end. Does Gul Cassette agree with you?
I believe he's coming around to that point. There appears to be very much or very little else we can fault them.
No, I still think that they're guilty, but they're very good at covering their tracks.
Uh,
Um,
Galt, your essentially first officer leans in closer and starts whispering something in your ear, and I will send it to you.
okay.
There's
I'm lucky.
certainly not enough evidence here for an arrest.
No, so not at all. There's it's all circumstantial at best.
It's time we convince the Gull to let this merchant go with the helpful suggestion they that they keep them under surveillance. Like they weren't going to do that anyway.
Right. I doubt our permission would be required in that regard, but I agree as a show of
Or salt.
cooperation. I'm not sure if you wanted to follow up with that Commander Kier, or we'll be curious as to see why she got into a disagreement with her captain. It appears that she struck the captain of the Artemis and then resigned her commission.
Well, that sounds like a Federation problem to me.
Oh, I was talking to my captain. Where did you come from? You're like standing behind me in the shadows.
Yep.
Well, since you're listening, Gull, then you heard my suggestion that it's time to let these folks go.
Well, Commander, Captain, this has been a pleasure. But I believe that I will let this freighter go. You can deal with him how you like, if at
Well,
all.
it's been refreshing working with you, Gull. I do have a favor to ask of you. If we're agree that we're concluded here, in fact, if you wish to wash your hands of it for the moment, I'd be we're headed back to Deep Space Nine. We'd be happy to tow the merchant and take them off your hands.
Well, we'll be releasing them as soon as we're done repairing their engines.
Very good, but favor.
Yes.
I have the survivors of one of your ships. It was attacked by the Maquis. I was taking them to Deep Space Nine to arrange for transportation back to Cardassia. Perhaps you'd save me the trip?
Captain, you've been holding Cardassian citizens on your ship. We've been just in contact for hours now, and this is the first you mention it?
We've been busy, and I've been treating them. The Golomek will verify that he's been treated in my sick bay.
Golomek.
Yes, it was his ship that was under attack by the Maquis. We managed to drive off the Maquis and rescue a significant number of his crew.
I liked Golomek. That's a shame. Yes, I will take the survivors.
Liked him. He's still alive.
I believe the procedures are fairly similar in the Federation for when a captain loses a ship. There's an automatic courts martial for that.
So there's an inquiry to see if the captain is at fault for the loss of the ship or through neglect or recklessness.
Yes, yes. We don't particularly like it when our captains lose ships.
Nobody does.
I will say that at the very least his career is over. I will say.
That is sometimes a consequence in the Federation as well.
Yes, indeed. Yes, by all means, coordinate with the RAAC, please, to have them transferred to our medical facilities. I will happily relieve you of them and return them home.
We'll get started right on that right away, Gil. It's been a pleasure working with you.
Indeed, Captain. It has been an event.
Perhaps we'll have opportunity to do it again in the future.
Perhaps we'll be more productive.
I hope so. At any rate, let me get. I'll leave you and my XO to hammer out any final details, and I will begin arranging transport of Golomek and his crew to your other ship.
To the RAAC, please.
Right.
That's the Keldon.
To your ship.
To my ship, yes. The good one.
And Perone will terminate the conversation and make arrangements to transport Golomek and his crew to the gallery.
Okay. Yeah, you. We'll just say that gets taken care of. I'm assuming everyone leaves the merchant vessel.
Yeah, I mean, we'll hang out for a bit, make sure
Sure.
everyone's good, and make sure the crew are fit to fly. I would probably say myself and Solok should probably remain and assist with make sure all the engine repairs are going all right. Offer our aid if they need it. But I guess at that point, and as long as everything goes smoothly, then yeah, we'll head back to the Navajo and continue on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're going to stall in the air. We're going to hang out around the area until the Cardassians leave.
Sure.
Right. Yeah. Well,
Uh,
we're gonna fix the engines. Can you hear the air quotes? Fix the engines. We'll be able to spot this thing from parsecs away.
until it disappears, they find all of it. We're gonna go over to. Why is that stupid thing always in the way now? There we go. Gol Kisat, you have you're back on your ship. Repair crews have done a adequate job, at least getting them underway with the modifications.
Sure.
What are your orders?
We need to rendezvous with the rest of the fleet in preparation to repel that attack or to attack that base in the Badlands.
So, okay, you're ordering a rendezvous with, have the fleet start rendering head towards there into the Badlands?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to wrap things up because we're over the usual
Because
time.
I'm old and I need to go to bed.
True. My joints are saying it's bedtime.
Alright. Do rest.
And I have another Star Trek game tomorrow,
As
and
we,
one on Wednesday.
Damn,
Damn,
you're loaded up.
this week I am, yeah. But tomorrow's is GURPS. I'll stop interrupting. It's weird being a player, though.
it's kind of fun, right?
Yeah.
You were a great Cardassian. Great job.
True, it's true.
Thank you.
It's fun to have
was lovely.
you as a guest, man. That was fun.
Fun to have you as a guest. Yeah, it was fun.
Well, he didn't die, so I might be back.
It's true.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ba-ba-ba.
Maybe next week.
Reoccurring guest star.
That's unless I kill the science officer in my game, then he won't ever want to talk to me again.
I'm still signed up for the Firefly games, so.
Okay.
As the Sonya cruise takes off, Vidra goes, Captain, we're receiving a priority message, your eyes only.
Send it to my ready room. Excel, you have the con.
Yes, sir.
Oh no, can't see anything.
I can't seem to find the light switch.
Why did they install it on the ceiling? It makes no
It's a
Computer, illuminate. Computer, what the fuck?
It's because
it's a secret message.
I forgot to turn on global illumination. That's why. So yeah, you head into your ready room. There is it's a text file. I will send it to you. Well, it's actually audio, but I'm not going to play it. I'll just send you what it says. And if you wish to play it for the rest of the crew, then I will play it for the rest of the crew.
Is anyone else like bafflingly confused about the angle of this map? I'm like,
It is a weird angle.
I'm like, what am I looking at? Oh, that's on the bridge. Okay.
Yeah.
It's seeing through the wall to the bridge. Okay.
Exactly.
So this is like part of the Modifius official maps.
Mm-hmm.
I have yet to actually 3D model a bridge, and it's just, it's a process.
No, you're good. I was like, why is the screen the other way? Like, why is it facing him but the wrong way? And I was like, oh, it's the other side of the wall.
Yeah, this section here is the bridge.
Yeah,
It's an interesting top-down view.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, see-through ceiling.
Like, I cut the map down to where you just shows the ready room instead of the whole bridge, because your version.
I do like the little ship in the corner, though. I think that's cute.
That is cool.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That is really cool.
Yeah.
Where's the fish tank?
No fish.
Is that a stargazer?
I think it is.
Looks
Yeah,
like it.
looks like a stargazer.
You mean constellation?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm assuming that this is modeled after
Yes,
the Enterprise.
it is.
So it's probably the stargazer. It's probably supposed to be Picard's room, I guess.
No, it's not Picard's room. I think it's just a general. It's smaller than Picard's room.
Yeah, he's got more of an angle on his.
By the way, Strange New Worlds, the captain's ready room is bigger than the frickin' bridge.
Yeah.
If you watch the show,
Okay, no spoilers.
Like
think it's
he's
his-
got
I think
he's
it's
got
his
like a desk, he's got a conference table, he's got a couch, he's got like it's like a whole like the ready room is like insane.
The quarters are just
I
as
am
big.
working my way through stuff.
And
The quarters are just as big. They're like twice the size of Picard's.
I know, like that's one of the things about the show. I'm like, the Enterprise is not this big.
all the scale in the modern stuff, both Discovery and Strange New Worlds, they kind of up the narrative scale of everything pretty large amount, and like it definitely is noticeable.
It'd be good if they just scaled it down a little bit inside the ship.
Have you seen like I think it's the Strange New Worlds like the Enterprise's hangar bay is huge. In the way
well,
that
the hallways,
exactly.
you could drive a truck through them.
Yeah, exactly. They're massive.
So it's like, I mean, I probably know why they did it. It's because it's easier to light and
Right, exactly.
and all of that kind of stuff. But
Well, and especially by now, how much more funding? I mean, as popular as Star Trek has ended up being, it's like, we can afford to show how big it's supposed to be now. It's not like empty hallways because we can't afford extras. This is like, no, we're gonna make it to scale. Because like I would do that. Like, that's what I would want. It's like actual size.
I love Strange New Worlds.
It's very good.
I am so close to working through things. I just got to go in order. Otherwise,
there's no spoilers of what I gave away. I mean, like,
no, I know.
Just the size of the room. That's it.
Anson Mount was also a fantastic individual to watch at a panel at Dragon Con last year. Oh my God, he was blitzed. He was blitzed out of his mind, bro. He was gone.
Really?
Yeah, he was out. Like, but it was an interesting con because it was a Dragon Con when nobody could talk about anything because of the strike. So all of the questions and like interactions with all of the cast members had to be about personal stuff because they couldn't talk about what they were working on.
Captain on deck.
Helm, set a course for the Badlands. Prone will give Vogel coordinates on the border of the Badlands where we would most logically cross over to get to those coordinates. Maximum warp. Engage. As soon as you have the course laid in. XO, I'll need to see the command staff in the briefing room. 10 minutes.
Understood. I'll rally them all. Get all the command staff rallied, regardless of what their shifts are, and all department heads move in. Command staff to the ready room.
So you're gonna draw the curtain here, and open it in the briefing room next week, or how you want to do this? Or
right. This is a
we'll do the
cliffhanger.
briefing. No, we'll do the briefing real quick.
Oh.
I'm just giving something to someone. Vogel?
I responded back in the message.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't see it. I got like so many windows open. So conference room, right? Just gonna make sure. Is the doctor gonna be there?
I mean, narratively, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, because they're a department head.
All right, you all assemble in the conference room.
Thank you for arriving quickly. We received a distress signal from Starfleet intelligence agent inside the Badlands. They are calling for an emergency evacuation. their location as in a marquee base with civilians present. We give you everything that we have, and Perone will pull up what we have on the system and the location. We need to get in there, retrieve the agent, or render whatever assistance they need, and probably need to get clever and come up with some ideas for how to approach that, possibly without showing up with a very large Starfleet vessel in tow. Ideas?
Captain, I do want to mention one thing. I analyzed the coordinates. I noticed that the Cardassians changed course, and it appears to be intercepting the coordinates that we are heading to, sir.
That is unfortunate. Now, I had hoped to approach that base without having them scatter like roaches when a Starfleet vessel showed up, but we need to make sure we beat the Cardassians there. What's the best speed they can make?
I'll just state their ships are similar in speed.
Interstellar?
Yes, Captain.
I need you to work some engineering magic and get a little more speed out of our engines.
I will endeavor to do so, sir.
In the meantime, learn everything you can about the location. I have no data at the moment on who this agent is and what the situation is, so use your individual contacts, see what we can find out. And since this is Starfleet intelligence, let's keep this classified and on a need-to-know basis.
It's troubling that the Cardassians picked up what can assume would be the similar signal. What way are they in contact with the colony? That's troubling.
Well, it's possible they could have intercepted our agent's signal, or they've got their own agent embedded with the Maquis. Either way, I think we're going to get to meet Gul Cassette again.
Very good. Well, I'll prep security in case conflict arises.
With that, though, I think we'll bring this to the end. No quarter for the wicked.